ごめん遊ばせですが、だからこそ、そしてリーダーにふさわしいのは早速この館の操作を始めますので。
ちょっと家族さん、単独行動は危険ですよ。私もついていくから。
Workaholics goes after Posh and she strives towards the hallway by herself. I consider an after her, but stop myself. Things will be fine as long as Workaholic is with her.
それじゃあ俺は自分の部屋でも見てくるかな。
そんなのが割り当てられて。
ああ、この洋館はそもそも私たちのような外部からの客が泊まるための、まあこれだけ多くの客が来ることなどめったにないゆえ、無能探偵は理想探偵が使うはずだった。
ホームズさんの部屋に。
So I'll be staying in Holmes'. I'm not sure what to think. I failed to do much of anything. Does someone like me really deserve a pleasure?
気分が沈んだ時こそ
During times of emotional distress, it is more vital than ever to eat and sleep well. Mystic speaks to me as if reading my mind.
私にも気持ちはわかる。
I know how it feels to like the power to save those who are right in front of you.
無力な自分を責めてしまうのは、そんな状態の時はしっかりと休息を取るといい。十分な休息があって初めて人は。
Thank you, Mystic.
ブン、今日は部屋に戻ってもう眠るぞ。お前も早朝からずっと起きっぱなしで疲れただろう。
全然。
I'm fine, said the girl in the dignified.
凛としているどころ
Was
か
it? Your eyes fair for you all to enjoy. Having said his piece, Mystic takes Bookworm's hand and leads her up and says,
念のための確認なんだけど。ええ、研
It's
究
like,
棟と同様で
it's
す。
just that like
あらゆる
research
フレンズを
facility.
使ってみたのです
It
が、
does each of
連
them,
絡で
but
きま
not
せん。
able
お
to
そらく
establish connection.
この島の通信用外部と連絡を取るために。
この洋館に閉じ込められてい
Doing
る
either will be pretty
ど
difficult
ちら
when
も
we're
難
locked
しそうです
inside
ね。
this manor.
だからこそ、犯人ちゃんはこちらにと。
美食さん
Gourmet? I addressed her without thinking, surprised by the intensity so unlike her usual self. Gourmet immediately softens her expression in response.
ちょっと疲れてお顔がこわばっちゃったわ。今日はもうお風呂でぬくも私たちはみんなで今日。僕も作りたいものがあるので自室に戻ります。明日の。
With that, Techie and Gourmet exit toward the back of the entrance hall. Downtown, Rowdy, Armored, Doleful, and myself remain behind. Incompetent, I'm so sorry.
飛脚さん
What do you mean, Doleful? Doleful walks towards me and suddenly bows his head. I have no idea why he's sorry. What could have happened?
どうして謝ったんですか
What are you apologizing for?
何
Did
かありました
something
か
happen?
だって
Because she was killed as of my ability, that's why.
一人なら
You've been alone, she would have escaped safety, but I insist on coming along, and now somebody's dead because of me, again.
飛脚
Doleful. The boy is cowering more than usual. He did mention before that his ability drew danger to himself. Maybe that's something to do with why he's so shaken.
顔を上げてください飛脚
Keep
さ
your
ん
chin up, Doleful. Huh?
過去に何があったかは
I
知りま
don't
せ
know
んけど
what happened in your past,
あなた
but
の
this
せいで
wasn't
は
your
ありません
fault.
よ
In fact, your renegade brought us some time, remember?
二人が落石で
You
足
two
止めを
unslowed
してく
that
れてい
thing
な
with
かっ
those
た
rocks. I don't know for a fact that none of us would have survived. That slight delay was what allowed Armor to catch up in time to coordinate with Rowdy and Gourmet. Two top-class detectives like them are more than deserving of admiration.
僕なんて
If anyone's at fault, it's me, the one who stood there doing nothing. If I was stronger, I might have been able to protect Holmes.
それは違うぞ。
Nay, utter falsehood, so incompetent. Huh? Armor suddenly envelops doleful and mean, strong and vain.
リーダー殿を守るのは
It was my
我の
duty
使
to
命
protect
だっ
the
たのだ
chief, yet I was failed most
無残に気絶
shamefully.
し
The
守り
fault
きれな
lies
かっ
in
た
me for
我こ
failing
そ
to
が
keep us
それに
safe.
無能殿は
Was it not
あの
you
時
so incompetent
我
who
に
gave
的
such
確な指示を
confident
出してくれた
direction
で
in
は
our
ないか
time of need?
的確な指示って
Confident direction?
そうださっき地下で
Oh,
プラ
that's
ズ
right.
マ
You
ナックル
mentioned
ってい
having
う強そう
plasma
な技があるっ
knuckles
て
before in the basement. That was being incredibly tough.
そうか了解であるあの時の我は完全に焦り鎧の機能の
いやあの時はただ
No, that
必死で
was just me panicking. If anything, I was counting on you to save us.
とっさにあのような指示を出せるなど素晴らし
I
いでは
wondrous
ない
it
か
is that you were able to direct me so swiftly. You knew even better than myself what
こ
action
の
I
恩
should
は
take.
決して忘れない
I shall be forever in your
お
debt.
主の命
Fear
は
not, as from
必ず我
here
が
on,
守
I
り抜
vow
く
to
から
protect your
は
life.
い、男どもストップ。
いた
Ow! Clearly annoyed, Downtown gives a siege a smack on the head.
リーダーが目の前で死んで落ち
Like,
込む
I
の
know
は
you're
わかる
bummed
けど
about
さ、
seeing it die and all,
ぶ
but
っちゃ
your
け
thought
責任
was
の
when
所
you
在
trying to take
慰
blame.
め合っても気分が良くなるだけ。今のうちらに必要なのはこれから。
そうですねごめん渋谷さん
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, Downtown.
また謝った。うちと一緒にいるときはごめん禁止ね。
飛躍さんストップ
No,
早速見かけて
Dolphin,
る
stop. You can't say it. Downtown giggles as she watches me bring Dolphin to a skidding stop.
おーい、食堂の食い物を温めるから一緒に食おうぜ。そういえばそうだったね。せっかくだしさ、みんなでご。
明暗である
あんた脳細胞を買っ
ひどいぞ渋谷
How cool, my lady.
我だって
My brain is
脳
prepared
細
for you
胞は
operating at full
フルスロットルなので
horsepower.
ある
Simply get full mileage.
僕も
I'll join too then.
大した
That'll
意見は
contribute
さ
much,
ないと
but
無
still.
能くん。
As we follow Armin downtown to the dining room, I feel doleful, tug at my sleeve, stopping midway.
さっきは励ましてくれてあ
Thank you
り
for
が
cheering
と
me
う
up a bit ago. It'll probably still take me some time to work through all of it, but
ちょっとだけ胸が
I
楽
do
に
feel a
な
lot
った
better
よ。
thanks to you. You really are quite kind, you know.
飛躍さん
Doleful. Doleful's beautiful golden eyes look directly into mine. His gaze imparts a sense of heartfelt trust. One completely different from what he'd been conveying up until now. It feels like the first time since my arrival on the island I've actually been acknowledged as a detective. So happy I could cry, as gosh as that sounds.
よかったじゃないか、ワト君。君の努力の
Quite
た
pleased for
め
you,
だよ。
Vato. It seems your efforts... Huh? I hear a familiar voice right behind me and quickly spin around, but the other voice is nowhere to be seen. Was it just my imagination? There's nowhere to hide around here, so it must have been in my head. It had to be.
無能くん、
Incompetent? Why did you turn around so suddenly?
ごめんちょっと
sorry,
空耳が聞こえただけです
Don't worry
僕な
about
ん
it.
かの言葉で
Just be happy to know my words could help.
嬉し
Hoping
い
to know
で
all
す
sorts of things about being a detective from you going forward.
僕なんか。でも、
えもちろんです
そんなひどい内容じゃないよ。
敬語
Casual? What do you mean?
続きは食堂で
Let's
話そう
keep
か。
talking in the dining hall. I'm sure you feel the
他の
same
みん
way.
なも僕と同じ気持ちだと思うから。
Doleful Detective and I join the others in the dining room and begin preparing them food. We reheat the soup, lightly toast the baguettes in the oven, and divide the salad between us. We then gather around the table and, following Downtown's lead, dig in.
ああ、無能先輩の敬語。うちも気になってたんだよね。
As we begin to eat, the topic of my stiff behaviour is brought up with everyone. Downtown chimes in while painting her nails.
年齢的には上なんだし、うちにも敬語やめてね。
でも探偵と
But
しては
everyone here has
みんな
had
の
longer
方がキャリア
careers
が
as
上
a
だし
detective. All I am is a newbie.
小さいこと気にすんなって。俺なんて厨房なのに両親のおやすさんにもタメあんたは使わないんじゃなくて使えないんでしょうが。文明未開拓ガールなんだか知らねえけどかっこいいな。文明未開俺はこれから文明未開拓ガールの大和探偵様を名乗るぜ。
Stratification, not stratification.
いやそんな
That just sounds like your mob depending upon me 6 feet. under. Words you choose matter not. What is of true import is to respect your fellow man. I, for one, feel that so incompetent does indeed respect. Nay, all of us, one needn't get into such a laver over the manner of speech. I think that being a man is most as well. They're close in age, so let's keep it casual. Easy that way, right? Incompetent? Yes, but still. Downtown, he was seated next to me, throws his arm around my shoulders and mumbled. Does anything need to have a punishment attached? Maybe that big a deal? Me? Why? What's that supposed to mean? Doleful cries out with remorse, his voice echoing through the halls of the manor. So incompetent, you touched nearly a scrap of your supper. Are you unwell? Armour, who is also seated beside me, shoots me a worried glance. Seems he's noticed I haven't taken so much as a bite yet. I'm fine, thanks. I know I need to eat, but my body just won't cooperate. One can scarcely blame me for that, after what we've borne witness to. Armour places a hand on his helmet. There's a faint scratch where his temple would be. Did the black machine give you that scratch? Indeed it did. I tried myself invincible so long as I wore this armature, only to be struck a bitter blow keeling over. I've relied too heavily upon the suit my father crafted. I sought to become the perfect armor, immovable, a foolhardy blunder. Armor clenches his fist as he speaks. His still-wrapped fingers creak, like an anguished moan stifling his despair. When next we meet, I vow that I shall pulverize that blasted contraption. I swear it upon my life, my honor, and my polished suit of silver. You seemed composed, but I guess you were shaken up by what happened too, huh? That makes me feel a bit better in a way. It's good to know that there's someone else here who hasn't recovered from Holmes' death. It's not us alone. Armour gestures with his chin toward the other seat at the table. It may not reveal it upon their faces, but they too feel some degree of shock. They simply force it down for more sake. Yeah, you're right.
気持ちを切り替えるべく意識的に悲劇を日常と悲劇を憎みだからワト君君も強くあれ
I recall Holmes's words from no more than a few hours ago. A few hours? It's been a few days ago. Oh, you mean in game? She had such high hopes for me, but we repied for good before I had the chance to live up to them. So now there's only one thing I can do. There's no time for me to complain about how hard it is to eat. I left my spoon, which had been sitting idly this entire time, and slurped up a mouthful of soup. It should taste good. I can smell its aroma, yet the flavour is cold and lifeless. As if my body is rejecting it. I tense, forcing myself to swallow. So incompetent! Something amiss! I take another sip of the flavourless liquid and shove some bread in my mouth, landing dry like in a sponge, but I manage to keep it down. As a survivor, the only thing I can do is follow the lead. Holmes, I hope you're watching. Can't say. Just let them flow as I continue to eat. I swear I'll take down whoever did this. Just you wait and see. Thanks for the meal. Not gonna lie though, after the other day, I'm disappointed in that. I'm surprised that Genshin's never had any shorts, because the one they released was fucking amazing. Okay, back to the game. All I'm saying is the better the promotion, the better reception, the more profit. That's how Honkai got popular.
みんなどうかし
Oh,
た
what's wrong, guys?
どうしたって
What's wrong?
ボロ泣きしながら黙々
You,
と食
you
事
just
してた
talking
ら
that stuff down in dead silence while crying off the river.
気になるっしょ
Like,
あんたマジで平気かよ。
無能殿、我らは
Verily,
いつ
we're
でもお
always at
主
the
の
ready to
力
lend
に
you
な
our
るの
strength,
で
so
ある。
incompetent.
心配かけてごめんね
Sorry to make you worry. This isn't good. Got so lost in my head and I wasn't paying attention to my surroundings. Getting too worked up about things has always been a bad habit of mine. Me as a kid. I let out a deep sigh and begin speaking quietly enough that no one else can hear.
ホームズ曰く
According to Holmes, work is the best remedy for sadness.
松崎公事件の解決に全力
So
で
I'm
取り組
going to
も
put
う
my effort into solving this courting Duke case. Our meal continues quietly, and when I next look at the time, it's already past midnight. As we tidy up, the formerly tense atmosphere seems to have relaxed quite a bit.
ヤマトちゃんと無能先輩はさ、なんで探偵になったわけ？
は？唐突だな。
Rowdy scowls while joining the dinnerware with dinnerware? Yeah, you're really gonna get a diner in a mansion. Well, you never know. Well, you do when there's fucking sound. Downtown snorts as he watches the dishes.
大丈夫だって。うちどっかのバカ鎧みたいに皿を割って。
本当にすまなかったのである。料理では手助けで
大声出すなバカ鎧。あんたは
合点承知である。破片の掃除を任
気にしないでよ
Fine,
掃除は
needs
得意
my
だ
special skill after all. Fact is my main responsibility back at the agency. Without me around, the office gets buried under dust and beer cans in no time. I sweep up the broken plate with a broom and dustbin, suddenly praying that Mr. Gunjoji's taking care of the housework while I'm out.
話は戻るけどさ、なんで二人は探偵になった？
俺は大した理由じゃ。生まれて初めて自分
大和さんより強
Even
い人
stronger than you, Rowdy? What kind of guy was he?
バーカ。女だよ、女。それ以来、その人を超えて地上最強。
史上最強
The whole wide world, even.
いや、目指す方向性ずれてない？地下のとんで、無能先輩は？
僕は
Well,
昔
a long time ago, I witnessed my friend's murder. Ever since, I wanted to become a detective who can protect others.
そうだったんだ。
いや
No,
こっちこそ
no, it's my
君の
fault for
重い
making
話で
things
ご
so
めん
heavy. I haven't exactly reached that goal yet, so I'm mostly saying this the way to push myself.
強くなるた
そう思えるだけで。
Come again?
ああ、こっちの話。
おいおい、俺らばっかり話をさせてずりーぞ。
はい、皿洗い終了。おは
おい、逃げんなこら。
それじゃあ明日の朝は
Alright, see you
7
guys
時
in
に
dining
食堂
room
で
at
集合し
7.
魔界殿が振る舞ってく
でもイギリス料理ってなんだろうね。フィッシュ&チップスしか思い浮かばないんだけど。
うなぎのゼリー寄せとか有名だよ。あまり。
へえ。
Gel
島から
deals?
帰ったら調べてみよう。
俺は寝る前に上でシャワーを浴びてくることにするぜ。
待ってヤマトちゃん。
まあ順番待ちってのも面倒だしな。別に構わないぜ。
そういえば美食さんと相部屋らしいけど、もともと知り合いだったわけ？
おう、姉さんには向かっ。
Rowdy and Downtown head upstairs as they continue chatting together.
おっと食堂に忘れ物をしてしまったようだ
Ah, I've left something in the dining hall. I shall go
二人は
fetch
自
it.
分の部屋に戻っ
If
て
you
いてく
retire
れ
to your chambers in the meantime,
君なら大丈夫だとは思うけど。
I'm sure you have people who can find me
単独行動
on.
だ
Be
から
careful just in case, okay?
もし何かあれば探
Anything
偵デバイス
happens,
に連
message me
絡
on
を
my
くださ
Jeep.
い
それではまた明朝
おやすみ武装さん
Right. Good night, Alma.
じゃあ僕は2階の部屋だから。
飛躍くん今日は本当
こちらこそだよ。あれ無能。
I wonder why. I tried to look at my face in the reflection of my D-pad and I can't make anything out. My eyes must be bloodshot or something.
きっと疲れてるんだね。
そうするよ。
Yeah, well, I
おやす
don't.
み。また明日。
I leave Doleful and head to the first floor room where Holmes was intended to stay. I exit the room and head down the hall until I reach 3 doors, one of which leads to my accommodations.
一人になった途端。
My anxiety must be calming down. Pretty confident I'll knock out the second my head hits a pillow. Feel a little guilty using the room meant for Holmes, but I'm grateful all the same. Trying to stay awake, I open the door.
やあ、随分と長く話し込んでいたね、ワト君。
Huh? There's no way I should be hearing that voice right now. Within the guest room is a large bed. Upon it sits Holmes, smiling gleefully.
随分と長く話し込ん、他の探偵たちと打ち解けたようで安心したよ。
サイカ。
Psycho? No, it couldn't be. He died right in front of me, I'm sure of it. Drenched in blood, limbs gashed. It was a horrid, hopeless death.
まるで死人と出くわしたような顔をして、どうしたんだ？まあ実際私は
What's
死
wrong?
人な
You
のだ
look
か
as
ら
if you've seen a
間
ghost.
違ってい
No,
ない
to
の
be
だが。
fair, I am dead. So I suppose that's technically true. From the bed, Holmes gently floats into the air. What's more, her body is slightly translucent to the point where I can see the wall behind her. What is this? What's going on? My drowsiness has gone in an instant. Yeah, I feel like I'm already dreaming. No, wait. That's it. This is a dream. It has to be. Yeah, I'll just pinch my cheek and... Darn it! I don't have the strength to make it hurt. Alright, once more with all my might. Ow, ow, ow! Yep. This isn't a dream? But
おい
how?
おい、いきなり自傷行為に走ってどうした？頭でも撫でてやりたいところだが、今の私の手では君の
いや。
Well...
その反応、何も感じ、霊体というのも不便なものだな。
いや。
よ？おっと。
No longer able to control myself, allowing a splitting scream. Outside, I can hear what I assume is the pounding of footsteps fast approaching.
どうしたのだ、無能殿は。
Armor forcefully throws open the door. I slacken at the sight of my friend sinking to the ground.
無造さん。
ホームズ殿がどこにいる。
見えませんか。無能の兄さん、無事か。
これ以上大切な仲間。
One person after another flies in the room, but none of them knows Holmes. Slowly but surely, the situation I'm in begins to dawn on me. I see. Now I get it. I'm just hallucinating.
幻覚。では先ほどの悲鳴は。
Yeah, I know this.
自分でもバカなことだ。無造さんの隣にいるんだけど。
She's right by your side, Arm. No, you can't actually tell.
我の隣に。我の。
あ、届いているよ。最後まで。
The ghost has a bitter smile on her troubled face as she apologizes. No matter how much I say, she really does look just like Holmes. That's to be a delusion born of my guilt, but the level of accuracy is honestly frightening. To think I've become this mentally invested.
お騒がせしてしまってごめ
Sorry
んな
for
さい。
causing a scene.
まあ無事ただ気はし幽霊の正
ありがとう、ヤマトさん。
Thanks, Sally, but I think the expression is making mountains out of molehills. I feel a bit uneasy correcting her mistake. An angry rowdy is way scarier than any
本
phantom.
当に幻覚。
Yes, I think so. Mystic stares me down skeptically. Seems I'm under suspicion, but that's only natural after I gathered everyone here my screaming just right off as a delusion. Be careful, even I think my words sound dubious. This keeps up, I lose all trust I have in
何か勘違いしているようだから言っておくが、私。
Holmes' face suddenly appears from behind Mystic. Startled as I am, I hide it from my face and whisper quietly to myself. Mind reading too? Yeah, I'm definitely hallucinating. I'm not falling for it.
全部表情に出ているじゃ
Your
ない
face
か。
says it all. It's easy to surmise your
心
thoughts
など読ま
even
ずと
without reading your
簡
mind.
単に言い当てら
But
れる。
it seems I am in fact able to
疑わしいというなら、君がまだ知らないはず。先ほど壁をすり抜けて確認してみたのだが、隣が。
I don't like the idea of this hallucination manipulate me. But it can't hurt to make sure. She's probably wrong anyway. Let me get this sorted out. So, Rowdy, Armor, which rooms are you two staying in?
唐突だな。ちょうど真上の部屋。
我はお主の隣だ。もし誠に襲う。
そう。
I see.
信用したかな?
Do you believe me now? Holmes wears the same impish grin she had when she was alive. Plus the same face, voice, and so forth. It's enough to make my head spin. My eyes and ears are playing tricks on me. This can't be the real Holmes. She was killed, murdered in cold blood, right before my very eyes.
大丈夫か無能の兄さん。顔色
Oh
が
good,
悪すぎ
Never.
て。
You're so
わさ
pale
び
you
み
look
たい
like
だ
the
ぜ。
inside of an eggplant.
ごめん。
Sorry.
やっぱり僕
Guess I really am
疲れてるみ
exhausted.
たいだ。
I ought to get a good night's rest.
それがいいのである。
Probably for the best. Wearing off such sin after a harrowing ordeal.
武装探偵の言う通りだ。
Army detective
無能
is
探
right
偵。
and competent.
今のお前はもし耐えきれなくなった時は私に全てを話すといい。
無能君は無事です。無能先輩の手足まだ
雰囲気で生きてることが分かってるからって。
もう庶民の分際で。
It took about 50 minutes to explain the situation and apologize to Captain Crowd. Having more or less wrapping things up, the others returned to their rooms and left me to my own devices. Or so I thought. That ghostly girl was still in front of me. After correctly locating the others' rooms, I'm starting to believe she's the real deal. Holmes actually had survived. If I could get the chance to apologize to Psycho, I'd be happy beyond
どれだ
words.
け嬉しいことか。
Happy
嬉しいことを言ってくれ
beyond
た。
words? I suppose that makes two of us.
そうやって。
Reading my mind again? I guess I really am losing it.
早合点するんじゃない。私自身も
No need
ま
to
だ
be
状
hasty.
況を理解しきれ
Even
ていな
I
いが
don't fully understand the situation.
今
It
の
seems to be
君早
something
合
quite
点でいきなり
extraordinary.
登場して驚かせてしまったことは謝るよ。
My
ちゃん
apologies
と
for
一から
being such
説明
right.
する。
Allow me to explain from the beginning. Holmes speaks calmly, as if there's nothing out of the ordinary about what's going on.
結論から言ってしまうと、
To
おそらく
summarize,
私はサイコシェ
summarize,
リン・
I
フォード・
psycho
ホームズ
Sharon
の
Fred
残留
Holmes
思念
appears to be a
だ。噛み
residual
砕い
memory.
て言うなら、
幽霊
A ghost? You mean they actually exist?
それはわからない。探偵の経験は豊富な私も、幽霊歴は2時間。ただ、それ以外に説明ができないから、
適当すぎませんか。
Isn't that a little careless?
説明でき
Relying
な
on
いから仮説で物事を
hypotheticals
考えるだなんて。
things you can't explain, I mean.
君は探偵小説をありえないことを全部排除してしまえば、後に残ったものがどんなにありそうもないことであっても真実に他ならない。
Holy shit.
つまり目の前の現実をもとに可能性を一つ一つ潰していき、
Yeah, funny people nowadays actually got that with their thick skull. That line comes from the second Sherlock Holmes story, The Sign of the Four, where Watson is befuddled by a seemingly impenetrable room. Watson then notices a possibility he had overlooked, and the criminal had escaped outside without ever touching the floor. Was a quintessential approach for Holmes. He presented conclusion after conclusion that common sense would never produce.
確かにホームズは一見あ
True,
りえないよう
Sherlock
な
does
真実
seem
を
to
推理してい
deduce
ますけど、
truths that
そ
seem
れと
impossible
今
at
の
a
状況
glance.
に何の関係が。
What does that have to do with this?
シャーロック・ホームズだって別に何の根拠もなく推理しているわけじゃない。目の前で起きた現実、結果から導き出せる過程について仮説を立てているんだ。
Well, the rain's loud.
このアブダクションとも呼ばれる
Spare
思
family
考
name. I
法を
also practiced
私は同じホームズの名を背負うものとして実践している。
reason.
だけど、
But to
幽
conclude
霊だ
your
なんて。
spirit,
だけど、
it's hard to
幽霊
believe.
だなんて。
それでも今目の前で起きたこと、私も幽霊や霊魂などは信じない口だったのだが、今の自分の状況を少しは私の飛躍した推理について
そう。
Well, there's no argument with her. I don't have any convincing counter theories to offer. If this is one big hallucination, there's no real explanation besides what Holmes has proposed.
まず受け入れるしか
First
ない。
things first, I need to come to terms with this. That Holmes' spirit really has appeared before me.
現れたというこの現実を。
真面目だな、ワト君は。
You're no flea down, saltwater. Holmes lets out a chuckle as I clutch my head in my hands.
まあ、いきなり死んだはずの女が出てきたら、ただ一つ言わせ。
そうなんですか。
Wait, really? If anything, she seems more vibrant than when she was alive. That's exactly why I can't let go of my lingering
当たり
doubts.
前さ。ふと気づけば私はワト君の頭上で
The surprising thing
ふわふわ
about
と浮いていた
new
な。
Genshin animated short is for the first time I actually felt like myself fucking tearing up. Doesn't happen much. Because I'm the sort who prefers to keep their feelings to themselves.
"地に足はつかず、何にも触れられず、誰も自分に気づく様子がない。そんな状態に陥って冷静でいられると思うか?"
絶対にいられません。
No, there's no way.
僕なら
If I were in your shoes, I wouldn't know what to think. I would have called out to everyone I could find and worked myself in no panic.
私もついワト君に声をかけてしまったよ。だから君が一人になるのを
そういえば
Now that you mention it, I did feel as if I heard your voice in the entrance. So I really was you.
驚かせてすまない。さすが。そしてみんなが話していた断片的な情報を自分が例の黒いメカに殺され、肉体を失い、意識
Now this goes in hand with a theory which people have been coming up with when it comes to Star Rail when it in the 2.2. Because in it, as an Easter egg, Himiko brought up the events of Everlasting Flames, blurry faces fighting against some unfathomable force. Dreams of it. So people have came up with the theory that the Himiko there is the resurrected version of Honkai Impact 3's Himiko, which I guess would be the most likely because she can't just be brought back from the dead. Her body is fucking destroyed. She won't even be able to fight because her face will be covered in the sky from the Honkai corruption, and there'll be all the internal burns, the severe burns. Basically, my thought process on that was similar to that of chapter 28 with Otto resurrecting Callan. I mean, you died. You can't come back to life. No, you were killed because the rest of us were too useless to help. Holmes moves delicately toward me. Her stern expression softens as she continues speaking.
まあ、何が起きているかはともかく、今は再会を喜ぼう。私たちの絆は死をもって。
Holmes speaks in a quiet tone. Her voice truly is the same one I remember hearing not too long ago. Her expression exudes wisdom and wit, with a tinge of innocence mixed in. The traces of Psyche, the girl I've seen so many times in my dreams, grew more and more pronounced. You really are Holmes.
だから何度もそう言っているじゃないか。
Holmes's words moved me, albeit belatedly. I was sure she had died. There were so many things I wanted to tell her. Thought I'd never see her again. Now she's here, smiling before me. That's all I can really ask for. Welcome back, Holmes. Doesn't matter if she's a ghost or a residual something or other. Holmes has returned. For now, I'll let myself be happy. Happy I was able to reunite with someone dear to me. Huh?
気が抜けて眠たくなってきたのか?
Oh my,
私が君と結びついている理由についても語ろうと思ったのだが、
I was going to share my thoughts on why it is I was bound to you, but I'm sure I can wait.
ただ、眠るなら電気を消して何でもすり抜けてしまう私では、君をベッドに運ぶことはおろか、照明を切ることもできないからな。
Oh, right. I will do that. I flipped the switch, plunging the room into complete darkness. My drowsiness has quickly overtaken me. Can't fight it off any longer. My eyelids fall shut as I hit the bed. Not gonna lie though, after watching 4.7 trailer, I'm kinda hoping that they pull an old switcheroo when it comes to the Archon quest. But the animated short certainly makes me feel weird to be using FemC when my old account had normal MC. But it also makes sense as to why she never appears in the trailers. She's the Abyss sibling. I can hear a voice speaking from somewhere. The voice of a man. Echoing angrily in the drab, though. Dusty darkness. His outrage bounces off the wall, causing them to tremble and tells us how terribly furious he is. What about? Someone tugs at my hand from behind and I turn around. The one pulling me appears to be a young girl. I can't make her face out in the darkness. Nevertheless, her warmth feels familiar and honest. Sorry, those voices have me curious. You understand about escaping? Yeah. The girl pulls my hand and begins running, but I want to listen longer. As we move, I keep my sight directed toward the sounds. We enter a dim passageway, and the voice is becoming audible. An ice-cold breeze blows through my legs, causing my body to shiver. It's freezing, my legs won't move. What is it now my body is refusing to keep going? An intense pain shoots through my head, and I fall to my knees. I have no idea what's happening to my body. Oddly enough, I'm certain of one thing. Something horrific awaits us ahead. The last thing on Genshin, hopefully now that Wuwa is out, they actually do add more to the story. Even if they felt pressured or not. Competition is competition. That doesn't change. The girl calls out to me in the darkness. Okay, back to my thought process in the game. Just wanted to say my thoughts on 4.7. All I can say is two things that would be nice. If they turned Dainsleif into a traitor. Because there's a scene of him with Lumine approaching him with her blade out. And for the traveller to gain temporary access to reason. Similar to how post-Helm, even though it was never controlled until chapter 25, Kiana always had the power of Void from chapter 11, I think it was? 12? Yeah, chapter 12 onward. It's hard to say because I'm on chapter 20 now. Really can't see her face at all. The touch of her hand is the only indication that she's standing right in front of me. Definitely. What's her back? Huh? The voice cuts in and out like a radio or a weak signal. For long the warmth of her hand is gone. Wait! Panicking, I dash further into the passage as if I were chasing after her. My frenzied footfalls ring out through the impenetrable darkness. The voices I had heard earlier are gone. A feeling of complete and utter isolation washes over me, like I'm the only person left on Earth. Can't help but cry out. Don't go! Please don't leave me alone! As I continue on, a light appears ahead of me. And also, on account of me getting involved in debates, there is one thing to bear in mind. I have trust issues, so why would I just blindly believe anything I read? After all, looks can be deceiving. I prefer to get the facts before I make conclusions, instead of just looking on the internet, seeing one piece of info and then just being, oh, I know it all. I see the familiar side of the entrance hall. Wait, this is... What happened to the passageway I had just been running down? Where's the girl who was with me? I'm in the manor. Did I somehow arrive here at some point? You're clearly back in reality, because your name's changed back to incompetent. The inside of my head burns with agony. Can't shake the feeling of something terrible happened. Holmes descends the staircase from the second floor. Leave to finally see a friendly face. Holmes, what's going on with me? As instructed, I take a deep breath and try to recall what happened. That's right, after I bumped into Holmes' spirit in my room, he spoke until I got sleepy. Wait, am I in a dream? That must be it. Ow! I yell as Holmes flicks my forehead. Huh? That hurt. What the? This is a dream. Why can I feel pain? Interfere with my perception? I get it. Really, I do. Your reprimands get physical when you're in my dreams. She lays her hand on my head as she speaks. Her kind touch reminds me of how lifelike Holmes seems right now. Of course, the situation is objectively unreal. It's a shame how easily I'm willing to believe any of this is true. What do I make of it? This is the entrance hall to the manor, exactly as I've known it. The level of detail is almost too incredible to be a dream. It's hard to not be impressed at my mind for making it. I don't notice anything in particular. Here. Holmes takes my hand and walks toward the entrance, pulling me along. Hey, I can't help being short-sighted. What? The deep connection our psyches share have resulted in major changes to your brain. More concrete terms, no doubt special ability? What ability? My head's been pounding for a while, but I haven't noticed any changes to my body. My feet? Now that you mention it, I do feel something touching my foot. I look down to inspect it. What I see is... What? I finally processed what's touching me. It's Downtown's arm, stiff like a porcelain doll. Her hand is coated in a dark liquid, leaving a crimson red handprint where she made contact. Here is a metallic stench hits my nose, but since this is a dream, I have nothing in my stomach to vomit out. It isn't just Downtown Detective. The other detectives I met lying in a heap upon the floor like figurines toppled from a shelf. One of them is doleful, thrown lifeless. Rowdy's hand stretches toward me as she foams at the mouth. Her eyes rolled up and unmoving. Doleful! Everyone! I rush to Doleful and check for a pulse, but feel nothing. I hear no voices, no breathing aside from my own. Not one of them is showing even a single sign of life. Downtown's face, which usually wore such a carefree smile, is frozen and contorted in anguish as blood still trickles down. It was so full of energy just last night. The thought brings me to tears. It's unforgivable. We could do something so horrendous. Holmes walks over to me as I stand rooted in place. Upon seeing her face, I'm finally able to regain some composure. Silly me, getting all worked up. This is just a dream, right? These people outshine me in every way. They would never get massacred like
繰り
this.
返しになるが半分正解で。
どういう意味ですか？
What's that supposed to mean?
はっきりと教えてください、ホームズさ
Please,
ん。
just tell me outright, Holmes. Holmes flashes her coldest smile yet. The tone of her voice as she answers sends shivers down my
これ
spine.
はこの先で起こりうる未来の悲劇。君は悲劇を予知する能力を手に入れたんだよ。
I wake up on my bed. The morning sun shines through the window, filling the dusky room with light. My whole body is soaked from night sweats. But despite just waking up, my wits remain sharp. It was less like I was sleeping and more like I could simply open my eyes.
夢？
Was that all a dream? My hands tremble as the tragic scene I had witnessed moments ago flashes through my mind. It was definitely there just now. Saw a downtown detective's corpse, my hands soaked in blood. Felt far too real to be a dream.
そうだ。
Oh, that's right, Holmes. Holmes! Holmes and I had been speaking in my dream, but now she's nowhere to be seen. Calm down and my confusion begins to fade. That's right, Holmes died. Everything that happened... Oh, there's no way somebody died to reappear as a ghost on before my eyes.
おはよう、ワト君。いい夢を見れたかな。
Good morning, Watto. I do hope your dreams were pleasant. Holmes' body pops out of the ceiling. I suppressed my shrieking before another manager burst out. Talk about a close one. I was on the brink of getting the other detectives all worried about me
どうして
again.
天井から体を飛
Did
び
you
出し
really
て
have
きた
to
んです
fly out
か？
of the ceiling?
上の階の住人の様子を確認しただけだよ。美食君の寝相がなかなかユニークだったが、行きたい
I was really checking on the others on the upper floor. Girl may have funny way of thinking.
ないです。
No thanks.
その部屋を覗くだなんて。
Peeping into women's rooms is a great way to get decommissioned as a detective, Holmes.
おやおや、青少年のくせにロマンがない。まあ許してくれよ。あんな強烈な余地を見。
気持ちだけ受け取っておきます。
I appreciate the fault. I suppose Holmes's prank did distract me from my mental panic somewhat. I recall what I saw in my dream with a clear mind. One of the detectives dead upon the floor. The stench of blood, their faces contorted in anguish. And Holmes warning me that in the future holds this catastrophe in store. Holmes, do you remember what we talked about in my dream?
もちろん覚えているよ。信じたくないんだろ。私が有していた未来予知の能力。
No, you weren't the dead anymore.
君は確かに目覚めている。
The ability I had to predict the
そして
future.
予知した未来。
予知だなんてそん
Predict
な
the future?
どういう原理でできる
Come
んです
on,
か？
how would that even work?
そもそも
Why do I have this
なんで
ability
い
all
き
of a
なり
sudden?
僕にそんな力が。
My brain
強
can't
すぎ
keep
て
up with this.
頭
さあな、私も理屈まではわからない。
Yes, well, I can't say I understand the principles behind it myself.
わからないって、それは。
You can't? Then how?
当たり前のようにできることに理屈など求めないだろ。君は呼吸をする際にどんなプロセスを経て息を吸い込み、体内に酸素が行き渡るか説明できるのか？
Can you explain how your body takes in oxygen?
いや、
No.
それは無理ですけど。
そうだろ。私にとってエンドシーイングも同じだ。
Exactly, the same goes for my dilemma.
未来を読むことができるという事実が重要なのであって、原理などどうでもいい。
For the future! Huh?
それで
What's the way to go about it? I get the feeling that I've been tricked by her silver tongue, or is that just my imagination?
そんなことより今はもっと優先して考えなければなら
So
ない。
yeah, when it comes to the whole Kurosanji thing, it's not me basically basing it off blind faith, just off something interesting which was mentioned a while back about Niji-sanji, Ian's manager's manager. Things were just fine, and then he took up post at the start of last year, and that was when things started to go downhill. First with Zion's termination, then all the graduations. All the way up to Selen's termination. I mean, you could tell off the bat that it was management who put the messages on her Twitter. I was never in for self-harming, but I can tell you from having been in hospital myself that it doesn't take about 3 days to recover. It takes a month, and even then you would still need to take some more time off to recover. And as for the message, you've got to think of it this way. Why is it near enough the exact same message written for Zion's termination? The real two men behind the mask are Riku Tazumi and Yasuhiro Igarashi, CEO of Niji-sanji Yen and music producer. Cause isn't it funny how the tweet about Livers being the bullies came from the company themselves? Okay, back to this, just thought I might as well get it off my mind, well, so that people don't think I'm taking sides in the whole thing. After all, if you take sides, you're more likely gonna have an argument full of bias. I mean, when it came to the Selen situation, I too suspected it to be Elira to start with. Because once again, she was, to the public's eyes, the de facto manager of Niji-sanji Ian. But the more I thought about it, the more it seemed odd. Because the key point of commonality between Zion's termination and Selen's termination are that both messages, as well as being the same, are read out by the people who were closest in a sense.
小さな波紋だって確実にどこかの水面を揺らし、揺れた水面に呼応して別の動きにつながる。君の起こした波紋によって他の探偵たちも行動を起こし、
As for why they signed up in the first place, don't forget that all this shit started early last year. So if they were around before that, they likely didn't realize they were walking into. They likely didn't realize it was hell they walked into. Well, maybe Vox, but that's because of hate guts.
そんなものでしょうか。
そんなものだよ。それと未来を変えるのに有効なのは、
行動を変えるってどうやって？
方法はいろいろさ。
I mean, if there's one thing that pisses me off, it's when people tell obvious lies and then they just get away with it by swaying public opinion in their favor.
それと死ぬはずだった運命の探偵を救うのも効果的だろうな。
I mean, like I said, when it comes to... The only reason I want this sorted is so that people can stop dragging it on.
この洋館は私もあまり訪れたことがなく、謎の仕掛けが多い。以前も言ったが、今回の事件の黒幕は恐ろしく狡猾で、
For granted.
用意周到だ。私の二の鉄を踏まないためにも。
Fuck. Where's just this bit from mouth again? But you know what I'm trying to say. Sometimes it's better to think of things from an outside perspective instead of just having a one-sided view on things. And that's why it's taken so long for me to speak up on my stance on the matter. Because I'm still piecing things together. Like I said, the one thing I hate more than anything is when people get away with telling blatant lies. And even though the lies are written all over their face, they still manage to deflect the blame. God, I'm fucking zoning out again. Where was I? Oh yeah. Holmes' face grows stern as she speaks with a strong voice and clipped tones I've never heard her use before. Under no circumstances are you to tell anyone that you can see me or that you inherit my beliefs.
どうしてですか?
Why not? It wouldn't be easy to convince them, but if it was true, wouldn't that make it much simpler?
確実に消されるからだ。理由はおいおい説明していくから。今はほら、君にお客さんみたいだ。
Just then, someone knocks on the door. I open it to see Alma and Doleful. Come to tell me that Mystic's made breakfast.
ありがとう、二人とも。
Thanks, guys. I'm a little swayed, so I'm gonna jump in the shower before heading to the dining room.
了解である。
Understood.
マカイさんの手料理、すごく美味しそうだよ。先に行って食べてるね。
What's say that if I take the towel prepared for me in my room and head to the bathroom on the second floor? But at that moment,
ではシャワー室に向かうとしよう。
for some reason, Holmes acts like tagging along is a normal thing to do here.
なんでつ
Huh?
いてく
Why
る
are
ん
you
ですか
following me? I'm about to take a shower. Can you eat my room or the dining table?
おいおい、君こそ何を言っているんだ？
Huh?
僕自ら
You
離
mean
れ
you
ようとして
can't
も
move
ダメ
away
なん
from
で
me
す
no
か
matter how hard you try?
ああ、全くダメだな。まあ見られているものでもないし、別に
構います。
Of
めちゃく
course
ちゃ
I'm
構い
not.
ます。
Do you have any idea how embarrassing it is to have a girl watch me shower?
君のわがままには困った。
Okay.
ただ一点だけ理解してくれ。繰り返しになるが、幽霊になっ
Do
て
you remember that Matos now? Can I help you if I sneak up and sneak peek in your room?
覗く気満々じゃない
That
ですか。
sounds like you're already planning to. After showering, I head down to the dining room. The detectives have gathered around the long table, just as they did last night. But unlike yesterday, no one needs to stand guard, meaning this time the entire group is clustered together.
魔界さんの作る料理激うまじ
そんなに抱きつくな、渋谷探偵。私は世界中を放浪する身だからな。今のように。
デレデレと鼻の下を伸ばしてる。みっともないぞ、ペロ親父。
Easy now. Don't tell us how touchy-feely you have one. Let's not lay things out of proportion.
本当に美味しいわ。特にこの牛肝バーさん。魔界ちゃん、後でレシピを教えてちょうだい。
僕も知りたいです。
Yeah, I'd like it too.
な
Give
ら
my
バイ
mentor
ト
back
先
to
の
my
先生で
part-time
も
job
作れ
before he handed me.
僕も知りたいです。これならバイト先の先生でも作れそうですし。
もちろん構わんさ。
Mystic proceeds to give Gourmet me the recipe. Another ghost story I don't really know. Follow. As we eat, the conversation naturally turns to everyone's reports me.
昨日洋館中を探してみましたけど、出入り口最後の地下通路のように分かりやすい隠し。
俺も退屈しのぎに館の中を見て回ったけど、特にでもラッキーなことに書斎でこのよう
見取り図ですって？あなたどうして？
これが序列4位と5位の差。
今に見てなさいよ。
Everyone looks at the blueprints spread across the table. Even at a glance, you can see the suspicious space behind the painting.
やっぱりこのよう。
我が命は
True
い
anyway,
つ
I
でも
can't
仲間の
blast
ために投げ打つ。
そんなことしちゃダメだよ。みんなで生き残らなきゃ。
飛脚ちゃんの言う通りよ。幸い食料は十分にある。
うちも救助待ちに賛成。通信の異常は同面。つうかこれだけのメンツが揃ってるんだし、みんな。
私も渋谷さんに賛成だ。今朝外を見たら下手に脱出を図るよりも慌てずによく。
私も異論はない。
書斎に本がたくさん。
Just then I hear some laugh. We all turn to look, only to see Renegade Detective grinning. He begins to speak, his voice dripping with mockery.
待つしかない。
Nothing to do but wait. Keep calm and investigate. So happy-go-lucky. I bet the Cobra's having a laugh at everyone right now.
どういう意
What do you
味
mean?
ですか？
そもそも今こうして今回の犯人は
Oh. What Renegade Detective is saying makes sense. The Cobra wanted to annihilate us. There'd be no need to go to such lengths.
扉の鍵を壊しておけ
Had
ば
they destroyed
俺
the
たち
lock
は
on
今
the
頃
door,
みん
we'd
な
have all
黒いメ
died
カ
to that
に殺さ
machine.
れていた
They
し
also could have
食
gotten rid
料
of
だ
our
って
food
全部
just
取っ
like
ては
beforehand.
ホームズよ
So let's to his home
俺
was
たちの
facing
前に
the
広
out
が
here
る
for
現
us.
実
Reason
から
now
犯
for
人の
some
企みを
perpetrators
推こ
plotting.
の洋館が住みやすくされているということは犯人の目的は一体何だということになるのかな。
Killing the detective? No, if their goal was to kill us, they would have taken great pains to do so. You must have some other goal beside me.
この洋館が住みやすくされているということは、犯人の目的。
洋館に閉じ込めること。
Oh, I thought killing because of
ここで時間を費やすことですよね。
the vision which Watto had.
素晴らしい回答だよ、無能君。つまり俺たちがこのまま何もせずに過ごし続ければ。
Dining room falls silent. Chilling atmosphere suddenly turns frosty. The catastrophic scene from my dream flashes in the back of my mind. We can't keep going on like the business as usual. If we do, we'll never manage that. To avoid that fate.
行動じゃ運命は変えられない。運命を変えるには相応
Conventional
の覚
behaviors
悟が
won't
必要
save
だ。
fate. You're gonna need to say so if you
さあ、
intend to change it.
君。
はい。
Okay. After receiving a proverbial push on the back from Holmes, I make up my mind. Got practically zero confidence in myself, but if I want to save everyone, I'm gonna have to take action. What everyone needs right now is hope. Suffice it to say, they want to avoid being trapped here like the enemy wants. If I have to lie, then so be it. Gotta propose something I can break this deadlock.
でも策なんて何
I have no plan in mind. Holmes is staying silent on this. No, wait, maybe they'll pay attention if it's Holmes' words they're listening to. Make up a bluff. It's a double-edged sword, and if I'm caught, none of them will ever trust me again. But it's the only way I can think of.
そうだ。
Hold on a second. I just remembered something important. I fight past the stammering and get my words out. All eyes turn to me. My breath catches my phone. So I figure I'm lying. Can't falter now. My body is moments away from shaking, but I keep it under control and begin to speak. There's actually another hidden passage in the manor. We need to find and get out of here as soon as possible. Silence. My outburst takes someone by surprise. They will just sit there staring at me in amazement.
隠し通路ですって？なぜ序列上位の私でさえし。
ホームズさんが。
Holmes told me before she died. She said I should look for it if I was ever moved.
あの女が。
Watch the detective falls silent. Holmes' words are the chief's, after all. Not to mention, no one here knows that the chief was fond of me. Compelling enough, only just. As I predicted, the effect is
無
immediate.
能さん、リーダーは他に何と言っていましたか？
ごめんなさい。
Sorry. That was it.
用心深い彼女らしいですね。では、
どうして二手に分かれる必要がありますの？
昨夜作ったこの監視カメラを1階と2階の主要な部屋。
Peggy takes out a large handful of small cameras from a cardboard box at his feet, arranging them on the table with Rowdy's help. Is this what you remember when you said you were going to prepare something last night?
ええ。犯人が洋館の中に渋谷さんの所有していたスマホのカメラを改造したものだから耐久性にこれ全部渋谷さんのスマホなんですか？
As in multiple?
そうだよ。仕事用とか友達用とかゲーム用とか探偵用とかいろいろと使い分けててさ。
One
役
for
に
work,
立ててよ
for
かった。
friends, gaming, detective. What?
監視カメラの場所がわからないというのはストレスだと。たださすがに12人が連れ立って行動。う
ちは意義なし。
僕も賛成。
Me neither. Working in groups is much safer.
さすがは科学殿である。
Magnificent as always, Sir Techie. Needless to say, you have my fullest cooperation.
八つ咲港の動きを監視することで
One
襲
thing
撃され
reporting
にくく
Duke's
なる。
movements will make it
と
hard
て
for
も
him
いい
to
案だ
strike.
と思うよ。
Excellent plan. The rest of the detectives followed downtown with me with no seals of approval.
これでは
自覚ないの？
Do you have even a shred of self-awareness? Princess, all about
お
me.
茶のんげはお黙りなさい。私も協力すればいいのでしょ。協力すれば。
Despite Posh's huffing and puffing, she eventually acquiesces to Techie's suggestions, after which we split ourselves into two teams. After much discussion, I found myself in a team with these 5 detectives. Bad thinking it, but I'm relieved to not be working with Renegade and Posh. There's likely to be less trouble this way.
ゲドウ君、私たちの管轄は1階だよ。
Wait,
一
we're in
人で
charge
行か
of...
ないでくれ。
Wait, we're in charge of the first floor. Renegade, don't just wander off. Seems the other group, or at least Workaholic, is really having trouble. Shouting continues as the second team exits calmly. We climb the stairs to the second floor. Holmes calls out to me in a soft voice.
先ほどの隠し通路を探す。まるで本当に私が。
とっさの嘘にしては
Yes, it won't be well for something I made up on the spot. Obviously, I wasn't told anything about another hidden passage. Simply lied to give everyone a goal to work together on. At the very least, it'll prevent us from just dawdling about until catastrophe strikes. This is the first step to preventing.
私を出しにして他の探偵たちを導くわ。よっきっと昨夜からずっと
Gee, thanks.
あなたの冗談を
Being forced to listen to your constant teasing must have paid.
いい傾向だ。だが、これでもし隠しツールを見つけられなかったときは。
Yes, my mind is on this. If we do nothing, I'll die alongside the rest. Better take a gambling bank on the remote chance that there really is a secret way out.
僕たち探偵が行動を起こさないと。
We detectives don't act. How else we can prevent tragedies?
2階の客室も1階と同じ
Looks like
構
the
造
guest
なん
rooms
だ
on
ね。
the second floor have the exact same layout as the ones on the first.
広さまで同じなのかな。
例の広さも装飾も、ただ1階と比べて。
要は立て付けが悪いってことか。
So too long didn't we? They just
これだけ豪華な
went
建物
plain
なの
white.
に扉だけ雑すぎじゃね。待って、てかなんで見ただけでわかんの？
文は一度見たものを絶対に忘れない能力の持ち主。彼女が言うなら
能力
Abilities? Like
超能力的な
some
も
kind
の
of
ですか？
super?
いや、完全記憶能力はすごく珍しいけど、
Hyper
そんな超
Flamingia.
自然的。いや、完全記憶。
すごいではないか、文学殿。我は感動したのである。
Trying to remember which game I heard the term in the first place. The hyperphamesia.
What?
そう騒がないでやってくれ。とても集中力のいる力なんだ。さて、この部屋の角にも監視カメラを設置できたし、次の部屋へ移動するとしよう。
Check the other rooms, and as Bookworm said, Neo shared the same arrangement. So from that, we find nothing to note. The only oddity is that the doors to every room are crooked in comparison to those on the first floor. In fact, Bookworm will also point out.
どうして扉が歪んでいるのであろうか。
この洋館が立ってる山って火山だって言うしさ。噴火かなんかの揺れで歪んだんじゃないの？
この洋館が立っている場所って火山なの？
Wait, the manor is built on a volcano?
そうらしいよ。まあ、
どうしてわざわざそんな島に本部を？
火山が真ん中にそびえ立ってる島。
実際、この島の構造は侵入者を阻みやすく、隠れ家には最適だ。
では、その隠れ家へと潜入し、
もしくはそもそも侵入をする。
2階のリビングですね。あれ、この部屋扉が開けっぱなしだ。
Let's just open. You pass through the open door and enter the room. Apart from the lack of a fireplace, its layout is identical to the living room on the first floor.
いやー、なんか家具が少なくてつまんない部屋だね。見てるだけで退屈しそうなんですけど。
家具はテーブルと椅子だけ。しかも
Given the size of this room, it's hard to imagine it be suitable for anything other than meetings. What purpose could it normally serve?
無能くん、こっちに来て。西側の扉が開けっぱなしになってるよ。
本当だ。
You're right, there's a rope connecting the handle to the wall. What for? Only the others like this.
閉じられないように固定されていると。文学ちゃん大丈夫？なんなのこの部屋。
そうだね。風が。
特に足がやばい。
You're right, feels like there's wind circulating around my feet. There's some drafty in the meadows at high altitude. Anyway, it's especially cold in here. Resting in these conditions for too long, it may end up affecting our health.
飛躍くん、どうしたの？
ごめん。なんだか。
Dolfo's face is losing its color. He looks even pale and back when we were attacked by that black machine. Could I get him, or is he sensing some kind of danger?
魔界さん、確か下に、
それは明暗だな。この寒さでは調査など。
賛成。つうか無理。
よし、我に任せろ。よし、これで扉を閉じられるのである。
Dolph was sprinting toward armor tilting his head. The door creaking shut. I see it all in slow motion as sparks explode my mind. And right before my eyes... Dolph was pierced by a bed of slender spikes. He crumpled limply to the ground, blood dripping from his mouth like... Once again, I'm forced to watch as I lose yet another friend. I can open portals. I snapped back in focus to see Dolph was standing in front of me, unharmed. Incompetent? Dolph was safe and sound. What was that? What's going on? What did I just see? Not good. They used to dart across the room and shoved Dolph. Dolph and I topped to the ground. And the very next moment, sharp spikes shoot out of the floor beside us. And push him, Dolph would have been impaled the way I just witnessed. A close call. Too close.
何事なのだ。我が扉を。
わかんないけどさ、扉を閉じちゃダメだったってことじゃない？さっさとと。
すまない。それが。
I'm frantically twist the handle on the inside of the room, but to no avail. The situation is getting more dire by the second.
一本だけじゃないよ。外側からどんどん針が飛び出してきてる。
Dolph was right. Spikes are bursting up in ranks from the western side of the room. Guess maybe we'll soon run out of space, and that'll be the end for us. We have to do something, but what?
どうすればいいんですか？
What should we do?
このままじゃ僕たち殲滅しちゃいます。
テンパりすぎだ。私との会話に
そんなこと言ってる場合ですか？生きるか死ぬかの
際だからこそ落ち着けと言っているんだ。
Holmes draws her face so close to mine that I know it is nearly touched, shocking me into silence as she continues speaking.
ここで冷静さを欠けば悲劇は避けられない。魔界探偵をよく見ているといいぞ。
Despite the rest of us panicking, Mystic and Bookworm remain calm and collected.
文、先ほどまでと比べて
Boki, what changes
部屋
have
にど
occurred?
のよう
床板に針が飛び出てくるための穴ができていますね。
なるほど。つまりシャンデリアの罠と同様ならば中央の家具に施さ
Mystic takes Bookworm by the hand and starts giving us orders.
文、それに他の者たちも。
でも
Yes, but if we stand in the middle of the
すぐ
room,
に
the
針が来ちゃ
spike
いま
will
す
reach
よ。
us in no time.
私を信じろ。必ず。
We'll exchange glances before making up our minds. Per Mystic's orders, we scrambled to climb the chairs, huddling together on the narrow table. Spikes sprout out from the floor at a rapid pace, steadily heading our way. This won't work. The table and chairs aren't enough to stop that kind of momentum. What about get skewered? Unable to take it, I closed my eyes, but then...
恐怖するのはいい。だ。死を恐れないのは無謀だ。だが、無能探偵。死の恐怖を 真実とは常に死の恐怖を超えてこそ見極められる。さあ。
The spikes are in front of our noses at this point. Even out with so much force, I can feel them part my hair. My body instinctively lurches toward the exit on the eastern end of the room. Visions of yesterday's victims flash spontaneously in my mind. People die, everyone does, no matter how heroic they are or how storied and accomplished. Never been made to confront this obvious truth before. Go so far as to say that no one living a normal life truly understands it. How could they?
やっばもう針がこっちまで来るじゃん。
演技でもないことを言うのはよせ、渋谷殿。安心しろ。
大丈夫だよ。脅威の。
Around me, everyone voices their concerns. They'll be impaled in a matter of moments. Even after all the carnage these detectives have seen, it's unnatural for them to be afraid. And yet no one tries to flee. They all have the courage they need to overcome their fears. I'm brave like all the others, but I have to find this courage on my own. I refuse to run. I dig my nails in and will my legs stop shaking, then turn towards Mystic and speak in a clear voice. Mystic, sorry for letting my anxiety get a bit. I won't bury my head in the sand again. I'll face my fear all the way to the end. Sparking eyes now. I see now why Holmes was so fond of you. I will. The cold, lifeless spikes stand right before us. Next place they strike will be right through the table, skewing us along with it. But at that moment, Dean's slip occurs. Spikes skipped past the table?
マジ？どうな？
まさか魔界殿は誠に
そんなわけないでしょう。常識で考えてください。
As they banter, the spikes continue piercing up in every spot except the table and chairs. In a few minutes, the entire room is crowded with spikes, the exception being where we currently sit. These chairs and this table are the only safe zone. Shudder as I recall how we almost ran to the corners of the room. If we hadn't followed Mystic's lead, we would have just been a pile of skewered corpses right now. It's a miracle having made it out. The only question I have is, how did he know where to go?
無能探偵、どうして安全地帯を見抜けたのか。
Incompetent detective, can you guess how I surmised that this location would be out of harm's way? Well, I hadn't the slightest idea. Dolphin notices how hard I'm struggling to answer and whispers in my ear.
冷静になれば簡単なヒントだったよ。
家具がないことが。
The lack of furniture? What do you mean?
一度罠が起動すれば、針で埋め尽くされる部屋に家具を置いていた。
全部壊れると思う。
Furniture would all get destroyed. I mean, those things were coming out with a lot of force. Oh, wait, I get it. That's why there's no furniture, except for the chairs and table now.
そう。逆に言えば、部屋に残されたテーブルと、そしてこのテーブルと椅子。
つまり。
So from that you can assume that the spikes from the here where the chairs and table are.
見事だ、飛脚探偵。彼の言う通り、冷静になれば決し、だが多くの者は死の恐怖に惑わされ、部屋の隅へと逃げて。
何それやば。この洋館を設計したやつ絶対に正確。
魔界殿が素早く見抜いてくれて助かっ。
気にするな。同志のだが、これだけは覚えておいてくれ。私もかつて恐怖心にとらわれ、一見打開できない状況にも。
In time, the spikes recede into their cavities beneath the floor, and the room returns how it was before. This is not nothing that happened at all. No one would believe me if I told them there were spikes and ready to burst out from the floor.
みんな、本当に。
もう、このバカ野郎！マジでケース。
まあまあ。
Go easy on the guy.
武装君は僕たちの身を案じて扉を閉じてくれた。あんたら男衆が甘いからこのバカは突き上がるんだよ。 ちゃんと面倒見てよね。
The three of us stand in a row before the peeved off downtown. It's about an apology.
バカばっかりと少女は
そう言うな。あれだけの死の脅威をホームズも大変な置き土産を残し。
We use our D-pads to notify the other detectives about the trap in the second floor living room. Also, per downtown suggestion, we rig the door so they'll stay open on its own.
床を掘ってどうするの？
この穴に木のブロックを埋め込んでつっかえ棒にすんの。
なるほど。ロープで固定するよ。
いい感じっしょ。おかげでプライバシーがなくて最悪。
子供はドアノブで怪我をしがちだからな。いい工夫だ。
Hey, I never injured myself on a doorknob as a child. Did I?
Do? 監視カメラは
How's
う
it
まく
going?
機
Does
能
it
し
look
そう？
like the camera's gonna function?
ええ、すでにエントランスホールのカメラは起動していますよ。ほら、このと。
Techie takes his tablet off the table and shows it to me. Now on the display is the entrance hall. The manner's sole means of entry and exit. With this, we should be able to prevent the culprit from sneaking out of here.
へえ、大したもんだな。あんたなら。
それはさすがに。
謙遜しちゃって。
姉さんこそよく言うぜ。インスタントラーメンが得意。
Rowdy's right. Well, there are fewer dishes than last night. Everything's brand new, and they all look delicious. Crystal clear soup in particular is exquisite with its flavorful seafood. I skipped a bit too fast there.
このスープ。
With its flavorful seafood stock. The flavorful broth, the melt-in-your-mouth fish, is delicious. What makes you made this with so few ingredients and seasonings?
あらあら、そこまで褒められると恥ずかしくなっちゃう。冷凍のお魚は美味しい料理のコツは材料にこだわることよりも焦らず丁寧に手間暇をかけてあげることなの。操作と同じです。だからみんなも隠し通路が見つからなかったからって焦って。
いやー、こんなディナーが
俺も同感。
謹慎ですわよ、二人とも。特に入り口のシャンデリアの件もありますし、他にも罠が仕掛けられているかも。
お堅いね、家族ちゃん。楽しく根を詰めすぎずに気楽に行こう。
雑談でアイデアが浮かべばはあ、冗談も休み。
でも家族さん、渋谷さんは実際に雑談を武器に事件を解決に導く。
雑談を武器に
Rank 22. Aw, how embarrassing.
からかうだなんてとんでもない。ねえ、無能くん。何か考え事をしようと思ったとき。
Somewhere quiet, I can't collect my thoughts from walking around, let alone for business.
そうだろうね。でも実は著名な経営者の多くは後者。
Really?
なんですって消せませんわ。上流
脳に適度な刺激を与えてくれる。もちろん一つの物事に。
下道くんの言う通りだよ。脳が最も活性化するのは新しい刺激を受けた時。それに雑談しやすいということは各自の知る情報を事実、渋谷さんが関わった事件の平均的な解決速度は同盟内さ。事実、渋谷さんが関わった事件の平均的な解決速度は同盟内3位。組織の創始者である始祖探偵ビドック、実質的なリーダーである理想さんに次ぐ速度を誇っている。他者との交流を深めることで自分自身だけでなく周囲にまで好影響を。
ま
まさかそこまで考えられた推理法。いや、そこまでしっかりと考えてはなかったけどね。でもほら、ミステリーものでも脇役の何、
我も負けてられん。
脳に刺激を与えるのがポイントみたいだし、簡単な運動をしながら考え事をするのもありかもね。
つまり筋トレ推理か。
筋トレに熱中しすぎて推理が二の次になってしまう。
だがトレーニングとは己との。
そう考えちゃうなら
実際塩梅が難しいと思うよ。僕は渋谷さんと空気を読むのがうまいっていう。
そういえば2階の罠から抜け出した後、我が自分を責めようとした時、真っ先に彼女が注意してくれたな。
ホームズさんが死んだ時も僕らを叱ってくれたよね。
実はね、無能くんだ。渋谷さんはお友達を八つ崎港に殺されているそうだから。
友達を八つ
Someone's coughing echoes in the dining room. Bookworm is covering her mouth, looking pale in the face. Mystic stands behind her, patting her back with concern.
大丈夫か、ブン。
Are you alright?
あんな恐ろしい目にあったば
You've
か
just
りに
endured a distressing experience.
食べられ
There's
ない
no
な
need
ら
to push yourself
無理
into
して
anything.
別に平気です。せっかく作ってくださったのに残すなんて申し訳ないので。
私の前では強がらなくていい。お前、昨日の凄惨な現場に今日の強烈な罠。食事の途中ですまないが、私たちは一足早く部屋へ戻ら。
文学さんは大丈夫なんですか？
安心してくれ。そのようなものは入っていない。
記憶力の。
また今度説明しよ
う。With that, they leave the room. Everyone's minds must be on Mystic and Bookworm. Chatter dies as we eat in silence.
無能ちゃん、この後
まだ言っていない書斎を見ておこうと思っていたくらいで。
リビングに監視カメラを確認するためのタブレットを設置しようと思う。
武装さんと飛躍さんにはうっかり電子機器を壊してしまいそうだから。
それはそうかもね。
I'd be happy to help.
もちろん。
I can picture Armor snapping the tablet with his brute strength, or Dolph tripping over and ripping through the cords.
釣れないなあ。なら俺も誘ってくれよ。
Renegade, no one with a brain would trust you. We exchange a glance at the unexpected words from this equally unexpected person. You want help too, Renegade Detective?
意外そうな顔だね。俺は困っている人を見ると。
Striking how insincere he sounds. As usual, can't get a read on him, but many hands make light work. So I can't really say yes.
ありがとう。じゃあ
私も手伝うよ。
社畜さん、いたんですか？
Workaholic? You're still here? I reflexively jumped back, surprised to see Workaholic next to me.
ずっといたよ。
I've been here the whole time.
私の
Seems I didn't
影
make
が
much
薄
of
い
an
からって
impression.
その反応は傷
Kind of
つく
stings,
な。
actually.
ごめんなさい。
Sorry,
で
but
も
yes,
助かります。
appreciate the hand.
優しい男の子が多くて
皆さんありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。Gourmet pushes Techie's wheelchair out of the room. Start following after them, but when my hand touches the door...
何も企んでないから安心しないよ。
Don't worry, I'm not up to anything. Promise.
口でならどうとでも言える
So
さ。
you say, but talk is cheap. I sense a palpable tension between Workaholic and Renegade Detective. Did something happen earlier this afternoon? Curious, but also too cowardly to ask, so I continue to live in them.
すべての監視カメラの映像を確認できました。皆さん、ご協力。
Having rearranged the living room furniture, installed the cables, and set up the tablet on the table, our work is finally done. It's now 9 p.m. The room's layout made wiring things difficult, so the process wound up taking much longer than we had
カ
anticipated.
メラの映像はどうすれば。
このテーブルの上に置いたタブレットでトップでは監視カメラの映像の一覧を確認できます。
ヤマトちゃんってば。
音声は拾えていないの。
音声は聞こえないの？
There's no sound.
はい、聞こえません。スマホのスピー
It's a bit of a relief to hear that isn't recording sound. Means I can speak from homes in my room without anyone finding out.
科学くん、本当にお疲れ様。これで私から探偵デバイスを通じて他の探偵たちにも
この監視カメラが抑止力となってこれ以上の犠牲者が出
個室まで撮影されているんだからきっと避けられるよ。この状況で誰かに危害を。
そうですよね。
科学ちゃん、作業に夢中でお湯。
いいんですか？ありがとうございます。お言葉に。
Gormy pushes Techie's wheelchair and turns him ahead toward the dining room. Deciding that this is as good a time as any to take a shower, but just as I turn to go, Renegade Detective blocks my path. He flashes his iconic shady smile.
老子探偵を殺した犯人について。
So about Senior Detective's killer, what do you two make of it? Workaholic steps in front of Renegade Detective as if to shield me. He answers in a cold voice that betrays his usual calm demeanor.
急な質問だね。
That's rather
悪い
abrupt
が
of you to ask.
ノーコメントとさせてもらう。
Sorry, but I have no comment to give at the moment.
なぜだい？探偵同
Why
士
not?
推理を語
Shouldn't
り
fellow
合ったっていいじゃ
detectives
ない
share their
ですか。
insights?
そうだね。
I'd
君
agree,
の
but
悪
for
意
that bad habit of
真相に
yours,
たどり着いているのに
you
引っ
have to
かき
find
回
the
そうと
truth.
す
You
る癖
continue
が
to
な
pick
けれ
it
ば。
apart. Do away with
乗ってあ
that,
げて
and
も
then
い
we
い。
can talk.
心外だな。
まあまあ。
It's hard to believe how sour the mood got. The moment Gourmet and Techie left. Same as the unease I sensed earlier on wasn't just my imagination. Like I thought something must happen between
無
these
能
two.
君はどう思う？やっぱりやっ
まだなんとも
I
言えま
can't
せん。
say anything for sure yet, but I want to believe these.
信じたい。
Aha, you want to believe,
そ
do
れ
you?
はどうして？
And why is that?
だって仲間じゃないですか。
Well, we're all on the same
探
team.
偵同士で疑い合うなんて。
I like the idea of having to
悲しいですよ。
suspect my fellow detectives.
ピュアな
Such
答
a
え
pure
だね。
answer.
でも
Makes
妙
me
だとは
tingle.
思わないか
But？don't you find it
この
strange?
島へ呼ばれた
Those
メ
of
ン
us
バ
who
ー
were
に
just
は
summoned
同
to
一
this
感が
island
な
have
さすぎ
close
る
to
じゃない
nothing in
か。
common.
妙って？
Strange.
「社畜探偵、君はこのメンバーが選ばれた理由に心当たりはないのか？」
聞いていたらみんなにも話すさ。そもそもこのメンバー選定を行ったのは組織の創始者であるビドックさんだ。私どっけ
まあ書庫で資料を漁った限り多少共通点は。
共通点。
Something we all have in common. Upon my asking, Renegade Detective withdraws a notebook from his pocket, explaining away as he flips through the
前
pages.
提として八つ崎港事件には今から
First,
13
let's
年
assume
前
that
に
the
起こった
Dayless Night
明けの夜事件から
incident
の
13 years
影響
ago
が
had
指
an
摘される。
influence on the Quartering Duke cases.
明けの夜事件といえ
You
ば。
mean the failed large-scale terror attack attempt from that new religious movement? What do they have to do with the
いろいろ
Quartering
とある
Duke?
んだけど
A whole
わ
lot
か
of
りや
things
すい
actually, but I'd say there are 2 points that are easy for.
明けの夜事
First, the
件も
mysterious figure
本
known
来
as
両
Lucifer
王と名
claimed
乗る
credit
謎
to
の
the
人物
Dayless
が
Night
犯行声明
incident.
を出した後全国的に大
After
量
which he
殺人
planned
事
to
件を引き
incite
起こ
mass
す
murder
ビドックや
nationwide.
老子探偵たちが事前に止めていなければ被害は八つ崎港事件を優
If
に
not
超
for
えて
Vito,
いたそうだ
Senior
よ。
and her,
八つ崎
the
港の
carnage
犯
would have
行はまる
surpassed
で
the
明
Duke's.
王の後を継いだみたい
Doesn't
だ
that
と
make
思
it
わない。
seem like the Duke is following
もう一つ
him?
の共通点は
Another
明
clue
け
is
の
that the
夜事件の
neurotoxin
犯
made
人
by
たち
those
が製
behind
造
the
していた
Dayless
神
Night
経毒
incident.
だ。八つ崎港事件でこの神経毒は個人ね社畜探偵。
いや、的
Yeah,
確な
your
考察。
observations are astute. I too think there's a connection between the
八つ崎
Quartering
港は明
Duke
け
and
の夜
Dayless
事件
Night.
と関わりがあるとか。
Renegade Detective smiles contentedly at his exploit at Workaholic's words before continuing with his explanation. Saya's reading sideways.
そこで俺は気づいたんだよ。この島へ呼ばれた探偵たちはみんな
関係者。それって
Linked?
どういう
What
こ
way
と？
exactly?
さっきも言った通り老子探偵は明けの夜事件を解決した一人だ。それに美食探偵と社畜探偵。
どうして君がそれを。
俺はよく書庫にこもっていただろう。あれは おかしなことを。
他の人はどんな関わりがあったの？それに
文学ちゃんは宗教団体明けぬ夜の残党が引き起こした事件。それにあの根垢な渋谷ちゃんはなんと、
あの渋谷さんを。
It's like what Dover said during dinner. Back, I did feel a sense of rage from someone whenever the courting duke came up. It's downtown, the girl who knows how to read a social situation. She has been forcing a cheery smile to avoid spreading any
現
negativity.
状接点が見つからないのは君とホームズ。家族
That horrible scene from 10 years ago resurfaced in my mind. That confinement is connected to the days night of the courting duke, and both Holmes and I fit into Renegade's theory. There's always something I'm still struggling to remember. Something I can't afford to forget.
まあともかく俺たちがこの島へ集められたことは確か。探偵同士助け合って八崎港事件を解決。
無能君が疑心暗鬼
You
にな
have
るよう
some
な
nerve
情
to
報を
say
伝
that
えて
after
どの
spewing
口が
enough
言う。
nonsense to have incompetent jumping at every
君は
shadow.
人の命を軽んじすぎてい
Not
る。
as though life comes cheap.
殺人事件を
Never
楽しむ
feels
君の
someone
よう
like
な
you
や
who
つを
treats murder cases like
私は絶対
entertainment.
に認め。
心外だな。俺ほど命を重く
Renegade's glib words sound excited, like lines from a play. But I wonder that vein is posing on mild-mannered workaholics temple.
無能君。
What
芸能探
Renegade
偵
said
が
is
今
true
話したことは
incompetent.
事
Many
実。
detectives here titled Dayless
この
Night
島に集まった探
Instant
偵
and
の
this
多く
aired courting
は
duke.
はっきり言って
But it
誰が
threatened
八
to be no
崎港だとしても
surprise
不思議じゃない。
for one of us to be the courting
誰
duke
が味
was
方で
the
誰が
turn
こ
his
の地
friend his foe.
この私も
That
含
was
めてね。
close to me as well. Renegade detective lets out a disinterested yawn as he heads to the exit.
探偵とは元来英語。探偵にとってもちろん助け。でも他者のために。
君みたいな下道に言われる筋合いはない。せいぜい本性は暴かれないよ。
Renegade makes his way out of the living room, laughing uproariously all the way. Once it's just the two of us, Workaholic lets loose with a deep sigh, sitting down there, right over here.
まったく。
Why must everyone be so
ど
selfish?
うしてみんな
As
自
though
分
my
勝手な
stomach
こ
is
と
gonna flip.
大丈夫ですか？
Are you
胃腸
okay?
薬ならあ
I'll
り
got
ますけ
medicine
ど。
for that if you need it.
ありがとう無能君。
Oh, thanks,
でも
incompetent.
大
It's
丈夫。
quite right.
大人はその手の医療薬は
such
君
things
の
on
目の
hand.
前で下道君とやり合ってしまってごめんよ。
Sorry you had to see
昼間に
Renegade.
彼と意見がぶつかり合ってしまって
We've
か
had
ら
a disagreement
ずっ
earlier
とああ
today.
して喧嘩が。
そうだったんですか。
So that's what happened. Figures, Renegade detective seems to be the obstinate one. The obstinate type, and yet
本当にそ
how
れ
all
だ
it
けな
really
の
is
か
to
な。
it. It's hard to believe that their bad blood is only due to a conflict of opinion. Of course, now probably isn't the time to pry into it.
それじゃあ私も
Well,
今
I
日
think
は
I'm
ここ
going
で
to
失
cock
礼
up.
す。いくら監視カメラが設置
Regardless
さ
of
れた
how
とは
many
言っても
cameras we've installed,
単
it's
独
so
行動が
dangerous
危険な
to
ことに変わりは
be
はい。
careful.
ありがとうございます。
I will. Thanks,
社長さん。
Now alone in the room, I lean back in my chair, letting my mind linger on the things Workaholic has said.
誰が味方で
Determine who
誰
is
が
friend
敵
and
か
who
を
is
見
foe,
極め
huh?
ろ。
I look at the security feeds on the tablet and see the detectives in their rooms, each of them passing the time in their preferred way.
みんなで
I hope we all make it back alive. My honest feelings slip out my mouth. I'm startled when they receive a
素
reply.
敵な理想じゃないか。私よりよほど理想探偵という
Such
名が似合うんじゃ
splendid
ないか。
aspirations. Perhaps the title of ideal detective suits you better than it does me.
ホームズさん。
Holmes? She floats over to my side, pressing close to me. It's not as though I can feel the weight of her body, but strangely enough, it still makes me feel warm and
し
relaxed.
ばらく姿を見せていません
You've
でし
been
たけ
gone
ど。
for a while now.
どこ
Where
に
were
隠
you
れ
hiding?
思念だけの存在とは言っても、私も疲労はするようでな。
寝なくても平気。
So basically, you
という
still
わ
need
け
to
じゃ
get some
ない
rest
ん
every
です
once in
ね
a while.
私自身、まだわからないことだらけだが、そうらしい。君が私の姿を視認できていなかったことを考えると、意識が届く。
That makes 3 rules we know about how Holmes functions. A. She can't be more than 3 meters away from me. B. Our minds are linked, so she can read my thoughts and share my dreams when I'm asleep. And finally, C. Her mind shuts down once a day for 6 to 8 hours, during which I can't see her. So even as a living thought, she doesn't have free reign. Talk about inconvenient.
ところで、
By the way, you said the culprit is still in the
こ
manor,
の洋
right?
館の中、
ああ、言ったな。
No, I
そ
did.
れ
What
がど
about it?
それは
Well, that would
僕たち
mean
探偵
there
同
has to
盟
be
の中
someone in
に
the detective alliance, right? Holmes' eyes go wide, and she tilts her head in apprehension.
どうして今更そん
I
な
ask
質
now
問
if
を
all is fine. It's not like
逆です。
just the opposite. When I'm with everyone, all I see is a group of individuals who are passionate about their convictions. I wrap my mind around the idea that one of them could be a serial killer like the Quarren Duke. Workaholics that need to figure out who my enemies are, but I have no clue. I just not cut out to be a detective?
そんなことで悩んでいたのか。かわ
Holmes' emotions as if she were patting me on the head. Smiling as she continues to
いい
speak.
かそもそも人間は、例えば、もし魔界探偵が本当は殺人鬼だって。
いや、
No, that isn't.
何を迷う殺人鬼ならば。
殺人は許
I
せません
can't
けど、
condone murder, but
敵とは
I've seen
限
them
らない
in
と思い
either.
ます。
I wouldn't judge him without knowing the relevant
そうだろ
context. First.
善悪、敵味方の基準など、状況次第。社畜くんが下道探偵を疑うのはわかるが、だからといって。
状況次第。
This situation and point of view, huh? She's right. Don't know what happened between Workaholic and Renegade, so I can't make any judgments. Let's just say nothing of how I so don't know about the other detectives. Let's start talking to each of them out, so I can get to know their lives and personalities
他の
better.
探偵たちと話して彼らのことを知る。
心を読まない
Would you please stop reading my mind?
読みたくなくとも読んでしまう
There's
の
no
だか
helping
ら
it.
仕
I
方
hear
が
you
ない
when
さ。
I don't want to. We're halves
私
of
と
holy
君は
life.
少なくともいつ行かな
Well,
もちろん
of
信じてい
course I
ますよ。
trust Holmes.
ホームズだと。
I hear a voice behind me and swirl around. Standing there is Mystic, a grim look on his face.
しまった。完全に
Shoot!
気が
I
抜けて
completely
た。
dropped my guard! The sudden interruption sends my heart racing. I shoot at Holmes a glance for guidance, but
いい機会だ。彼に私のこと。
Holmes giggles next to Mystic as if this whole situation doesn't concern him in the least. I've got myself into.
運が熱いたからみんなの様子を見に来たのだ。
Mystic Detective begins to approach me. I don't know if you'd believe me if I said I was just hallucinating like last night. Or maybe I was thinking out loud. But I'd spin this. Indifferent by panicking, Mystic Detective steps up and poses one simple
お
question.
前はホームズの
Are
霊
you
魂が見
able
え
to
てい
see
る。
Holmes' speak? What? My voice cracks at the unexpected accusation.
話の前に紅茶を
And
入
I've
れよ
explained
う。
some to you before.
砂糖はいくつ
How many
欲しい
sugars?
み、
One. Mystic Detective prepares teeth too and seats himself on the sofa across from me. I initially thought him as guarding, but looking at him now, he appears almost dignified. His actions in the trap room must have swayed
そ
me.
う緊張するな。別に
そうそうもっとリラックスするといい。
I want to blur out that she's the reason I'm so tense, but I tamp it down before he leaves my phone. Holmes floats cheerfully about next to Mystic, relishing in the fact that only I can see her. When you start to realize how much more childish she is than my first impression of her,
今ホー
Holmes
ムズは
beside me
私
right
の
at the
隣
moment.
どうして分かって。
How did you know? Stupid Major, stepped right into that one. I'll explain my way out of this one. Mystic studies me, chuckling wryly at her. Why, it seems... Whatever stupid expression I'm wearing right now.
探偵のくせに感
Your
情が
face is
顔
far
に
too
出やすい
telling for
男
a
だな
detective.
お前
Then
は。
again, perhaps that is a good...
どうして。
How did you know I was able to see Holmes? Don't tell me. Can you see ghosts too?
霊など
I
見え
can't.
ないさ。
Much as I sought to master the
見えれ
gift,
ば
it
いい
is
と
not
思
as
って
simple one to
見抜
acquire.
けた理由は
I simply followed the
視線の
movements of your
動き
line
だ
of
よ。
sight. You're gazing
お
at
前
someone
は
other than me
昨夜
just as
悲
you
鳴
had
を上げた時も
when you screamed last
本
night.
当に幻覚が
While
見えている時
hallucinating, one's vision turns warped and
視
unfocused.
界が歪んでピン
Therefore, I
トなど合
surmised
わ
that
せ
you
よ
were
う
not
もない
delirious, but instead seeing
よって
clearly.
幻覚ではなく
Huh?
それ
Does
じゃあ
that mean
も
the
しか
others
して
figured out I was lying
他の
too?
みな
They realize I can see Holmes, they might even catch on to my Denmark ability. If anyone finds out you're starting to be eliminated, Watto. She runs through me as I recall Holmes' warning.
私以外には分からない程
Fear
度の
not,
動
the
きだっ
shifts
た
were
か
too
ら
subtle
安
for them
心し
to
ろ
catch. Regardless, their
そもそ
disbelief
も
in
分かっ
ghosts
た
make
と
it
ころ
unlikely
で
they would
霊
touch
を
upon
ホ
this.
ームズの霊を死認
That
していると
effectively
察
makes
せ
me
ら
the
れる
only
のは
person who could deduce
私
that
く
you're
らい
able
な
to
も
see
の
the
だ
spirit of Holmes.
安心するといい
So be at ease. Mystic laughs as if this is all no big deal. He's so quick to catch on that is actually fine. This may be a weird time to ask, but do ghosts actually exist?
おかしな質問だな
What an odd question.
今
Be able
こ
to
うし
see
て
Holmes right next
私
to
の
me.
隣にホームズの霊が見えている
そうだぞ 見えているという現実をそろそろ素直に受け入れるんだ。
All signs of Mystic to pressure me. I can't even see her yet. In a weird way, they're still ganging up on me. It just isn't fair. Well, yes, I can see her and hear her voice, but in the end, it really isn't much comfort. Holmes died right before my very eyes, so being reunited is hard to believe. I mean, it's all some convenient delusion.
なるほど。認知バイアスに陥っているのではないか。不安なのだな。
You feel that you're falling prey to your own cognitive bias.
認知バイアス
Cognitive bias?
難しい話ではない。今回の場合に当てはめるのなら自分にとって好ましい結論を導き出すためにお前はホームズとの再会を願っている。本音を言えば今見えているホームズが
Correct. Just as Mystic says, I truly do hope that the Holmes I see now is actually her. Every piece of evidence she provides makes me believe she's the real Holmes, and that fills me with joy. I believe that the Holmes I see now really is her. I have the proof to support my thinking. And I think that maybe all that proof is no more than my interpretation of things. Even if I can't trust myself.
多くの人間は
Most are
知
unaware
ら
of their
ず知
own
らず
bias.
にバイアス
As
を
you
か
are
けて
unwilling to
物
objectively
事を
assess
見ている。
yourself, I would say you have little to worry about. Mystic Detective sighs a mild exasperation for patting me on the head.
仕方あるまい。
There's nothing else.
この魔界
I,
探
Mystic
偵が直
Detective,
々
am
に
personally
オカルトとの接し
engaged
方を
engage with the occult.
無能探偵よ。お前は
Would you
吸
believe me
血
if I
鬼や
said that
狼
vampires and
男が
werewolves
実
do?
そうだな。
Indeed,
しかし
both
吸血
vampires
鬼
and
も
werewolves
狼
have not
男
only
も
appeared in our world,
現
but
実
also
に
been
現
guilty
れ
of homicide.
殺人事件を
What? Didn't realize that would repeat it. Special scale occult investigation. Mystic Detective operates his D-pad, pulling up a collection of files. Case of the vampire, in which the bodies of young girls were found with their blood drained, or rather, consumed. And the case of lycanthropy, in which a renowned literary scholar's body was found clawed to shreds in a quiet residential area. I know the name of both of those famous cases, and I see a commonality between the
無能
two.
探偵。今見せた事
Incompetent
件の
detective, do you know
共
what
通
these
点が
incidents
わかる
uncover?
未解決
Both
の
were
不可解な事件
inexplicable and solved cases. I remember them trending online. The crimes seemed so inhuman, inhumane in nature, that the investigations went cold.
ああ。だ
Yes,
が
the
実はど
reality
ち
the
らも
culprits have been
すで
identified
に
in
犯
both
人は
cases.
特定済みだ。
Please simply avoid making it public.
そうなんですか
What? Why would the
どう
police
して
want
警
to keep
察は
that?
公表を避けるなんて真似を
Because the occult?
どちらの犯人もあまりにも得意な人間すぎるからだ。未解決事件である吸血鬼事件の犯人ルゴシ・カマラスはその犯行理由に思い至らなかった当時のハンガリー警察は
移植症ですか
Allotriophagy.
そんな病気が実際にあるんですね
Allotriophagy. Allotriophagy. There we
極
go.
めて珍しいが実在する病気だよ。
Choosing new app, but yes.
Variety
Accessible
番組で
examples
時
can
折
be
取り上げられる
found in shocking
土や鉄
television
を食べる
features on people with
原因
death
は諸説ある
theories
カマラ
around
スの
as
場
to
合
why.
は赤血球の量が異常に多
But
く
Kamaras has
常に脱
high
水症
red
状に
blood
陥ってい
cells,
たことが原因だ
causing constant dehydration.
水分と鉄
His
分を
thirst
活
for
動し
water, iron
つい
frozen
には
blood.
赤血球の量が多いということは
まるで
This sounds like something straight out of a comic book or movie.
ああしか
Indeed,
し
but this is real.
実際に起こっ
The
た
crime
事件
took place over a decade ago, and
Kamaras
Kamaras
was
has
so
been on the run as
反告だ
truly
が
terrifying.
私の解決
And
した
yet,
狼男事件
Miku
の犯人
Shizaki, the
Shizaki
focus behind the case of
カ
the
マラスよりも
lycanthrope,
さらに異常な人物
resolved by myself, is even more bizarre than Kamaras. Huh?
吸血
Even
鬼よ
more
り
than
も
a
さらにっ
vampire?
て何を
What
した
did
人
they
な
do?
の
Mystic clenches his fists, veins pulsing as he speaks.
自分の娘を
She raised her own
都
daughter as
合
a
のい
mere
い
tool
復
for
讐の
revenge.
自分の娘を復
Daughter,
讐の
tool
道
for
具に
revenge? What does that even mean?
転足という文化を知
You
って
know
いるか
footbite. From one foreign land,
とあ
small
る
feet,
国で
one
は
subsize, and
小
choose
さ
to
な
make the
足こそ
shape
が
of
理
my
想
own
とされ
special shoes.
それな
Oh,
ら聞い
I've
たことがあ
heard
りま
about
す
that. The shoes stunted bone growth, making the feet naturally tiny, right? It's difficult to imagine now, but apparently the custom was seen as quite ordinary in this country where small feet were so idealized. In the same vein, many women suffer similarly torturous processes today, such as extreme dieting in the pursuit of unrealistic beauty.
志崎は転足の要領で自分の娘を小さな箱に詰めて育てた。学校、その結果、信じられないほどわずかな隙間からでも。どうして
Why would she do something so terrible? How could any human be that inhumane?
詳細は伏せるが、
That's pretty deep.
誰でも持
It
ち
was
得
all
るよう
due
な
to
嫉
me.
妬心が。
She despised the success of hers to the
世
point
の
of
中、志崎の
self-annihilation.
自宅から見つかった
The
名
girl
もない
found in
娘
Shizaki's
は
house had never had her hair or nails cut and
ろ
capable
く
of
に
speech.
言葉も通じない。
No more than beast
警
and
察はこんな異常な真
beast
相を
and
想
human
像
being
す
the
らしていなかっ
outlandish
た。
truth.
だから当時6
As
歳だ
such,
った
no
被
one
害者の娘が証
listened to the
言した。
victim's daughter who claimed to be
だ
cruel
から
as
こ
well.
そ
When the
探
DA
偵
saw
同
me
盟
and
から
I
派
believed
遣
the
された
child, solving
私
the
が
case.
その子の
Had
言
I
葉
not
を信じ
considered the possible
事件
existence
を
of
解決へ
werewolf,
と導いた。
werewolves wouldn't have remained cold. That must have been tough for the victim's daughter. Unbelievable eyewitness account of her father's
そう
killer.
だな。
Quite so, but you in the police's
お
position
前
would
が
you
吸
human the
血鬼
girl?
や狼男の犯行だ。
Well, while they were obviously horrible stories, when I think back on my past experiences, I honestly can't criticize the police for their actions. If I had known nothing about the occult and only read about these cases, I likely would have brushed them off without even knowing the insane reality.
思うところがあったよ。
It seems your way of thinking would have hardly differed from theirs. Mystic gives a pained smile as though he is peering right in my very soul.
だが自
You
分
needn't
を
be
責
so
めな
hard
く
on
ても
yourself about it. Most
多
people
く
scoff
の
at
者
men
は
mention the
オカル
occult,
トじみ
which
た
I
話
find
を
quite
聞き
natural.
つい今しがた
Just now when I
私が
inquire
吸
about
血鬼
vampires
や
and
狼
werewolves,
男
you
につ
do
い
not
て
get
尋ね
this.
た。
I can't object at all. Different from anyone else who immediately dismisses the occult. And that's exactly how I'm treating the phenomenon happening to me right now, too. I wish it was an impossible supernatural occurrence, and after all,
自分一人しか信じられる
it's
者
only
がいな
natural
い
to
と
feel that way if you have
そう
not
なっ
even
て当
a
たり
single
前だ。
person who
無能
believes.
探偵私でよければ死後のホーム
Thank you. That's reassuring to hear. I take Mystic's outstretched palm and exchange a firm handshake for his. Feels as if a burden I've been shouldering all by myself has finally been removed.
今説明した通り
As I've shown, the
世
world
の
is
中
rife
には
with
オ
that
カルト
which
とし
can
か
only be
思えない
defined
よ
as
うな事件
supernatural.
が5万と
One can
存
never
在
see
す
the
る
truth if they are fettered by
だ
common
から
sense.
私はいくら滑稽だと笑われようともオカルトの実在を信じあらゆる可能
I see no traces of blaming Mystic's smile. The man before me, like Holmes, is another top-notch detective, willing to become a martyr for what he believes in.
ホームズさんにも同じことを
Holmes
言われました
said the same thing. Once the facts
可
have
能性を一つ一つ潰してい
disproven
き
all other options, that which remains must also be the fact.
それは私が奴に教えた言葉じゃな
Those
い
are the words, very words are passed
へ
on
そ
to
曲
her.
がりの少
Think
女が
that little
偉くなった
contrarian
もの
would
だ
grow into such a splendid individual.
魔界探偵め余計なことを
What were you saying, Mystic Detective? Holmes, who had been floating lazily in the air, shoots down towards Mystic. Of course, Mystic is entirely unperturbed, since he can't actually hear her.
魔界さんはホームズさ
Were
ん
you
と
close to
仲が
Holmes,
良かったんですか
奴を主軸として
When the detective
探偵
alliance
同
was
盟が創
established
立
with
し
her
た
at its
際に
core,
仲
an
間に誘
associate
われ
of
た
mine invited me to join.
いわゆる
You could
創立
consider
メン
me
バーと
her
いうやつだ
founding member.
魔界さんが創立メンバー
You're a founding member,
それ
Mystic?
にホー
And
ムズさん
the
は組織
organization
の
was
中心
established around Holmes?
おっと話していな
Ah,
かっ
did she
たの
not
か
tell you? Wanted time and time
秘
again
密
that
主
we
義
know
の度
who
が過
seeks to.
ぎ許してやってくれ
Forgive her, she means no
悪
harm.
気は
She
ないん
tends
だ
to take on
が
far too much on her
あ
own.
いつは昔から何でも
Her
一人
body
で
was
抱え
often
込み
unable to handle
その
this.
努力が実って名実ともに探偵同盟のリー
The
ダ
look
ー
on
に
her
なったわ
face.
けだが私にとっては今でも泣き虫な小娘さ
She just, if you don't shut up, I'll kill you. Her efforts eventually bore fruit, and she became chief of the alliance in both name and deed. But to me, she'll always be a little craven.
おい、くだらない昔話などやめろ。
Holmes swings her fists in quick succession. beginning to strike Mystic each and every time. It's cute to see her react in a way that matches her age in lieu of her usual cool self. I can't really picture Holmes as being a crybaby. I take it she's swinging a fist at me. Yeah. You're spawn. Ever so quick to get physical. She never changes. How dare you wish to see her once more. Holmes drops her fist, turning to face me. Hint of tears glints in her eyes. Even though I'm the only one who can hear her, Holmes drifts close to me and whispers gently in my ear. Holmes wants to tell you something, Mystic. A message from my ideal detective. What did she say? She says, I'm sorry that we weren't able to resolve the case of the vampire. All my resolve and determination was passed on to incompetence. Foolish girl. Even after her own demise, she still only thinks of us. Listen to me, Holmes. Don't go resting in peace. I swear that incompetent detective and I will catch whoever killed you. When that moment comes, I would like for you to be there. Mystic can't see Holmes, and yet they seem to look right into each other's eyes as they exchange words. I notice my drink is nearly empty. The hour is going late. I really should have finished my tea myself for tomorrow. When I raise the cup to my lips... that reminds me. Tell me, can you also predict the future? I spit my tea out at the unexpected question. Your reaction says it all, so it is indeed as I surmised. How'd you know? Say my line of sight again. No, remember how you saved Doleful in that chapter today? Your actions then. Holmes was quite adept with her predictions, so I can tell by your I wish that you yet to master this skill, well, you'd be right about that. You're so right through me. Holmes said I can't let my enemies learn about this power. Thankfully it's only Mystic, but I need to be more careful. There's a pure chance I was able to save Doleful. Learning how to use and control this power has been a real struggle for me. What did Holmes say? That she had no interest in how it works. As expected, and yet if you do not grasp the principle behind it, you cannot wield it to its full extent. Such a troublesome child. Holmes purses her lips in protest while Mystic Detective lets out a laborious sigh. Needless to say, her words didn't reach him. It's not getting too late for you? What's that supposed to mean? Mystic brews us another pot of tea. We discussed the Denimon ability I inherited from Holmes and my newfound powers of recognition. Let us attempt to reason out why it is that you're able to predict the future. Does logic really apply here? I mean, it's basically a superpower. That is where you are wrong. Even magic and superpowers. In video games, magical coincide from your attributes and skills. True. So too do all things. The occult includes. Why do you look so perplexed? I just didn't take you for much of a gamer. Do not underestimate me. You stand before a man who bought the very first copy of Ryukuri. Ryukuri? Never mind that. Regardless of your recent abilities, cannot predict a single thing without basis. Did anything noteworthy occur when you made your prediction today? Now that you mention it, when I saw Doleful in my vision, I heard something snap in my head. I felt the view flicker too. Yui, this suggests your ability is linked to visuals, to which your brain responds in some manner. Let us continue pursuing this train of thought. Mystic is willing to believe me no matter what I say. I wanted to discuss my precognitive abilities with anyone, but I didn't expect to find such a supportive ally. It's reassuring, to say the least. I'm grateful from the bottom of my heart that I'm able to speak to Mystic about this. Yeah, I'm having fun. It's exciting to see the mysterious and obscure start to take shape. You're what? Conversation with Mystic continues all the way until dawn. Roll credits. Psych. Where is this? I realize I'm in a world of pure white. It leaves me in a daze for a moment, but the bizarreness of it all gradually keys me in. I'm in a dream. Holmes is suddenly right behind me. The abruptness strikes me as fitting for a dream. Sensing I've accepted the situation, Holmes keeps talking as she walks around the area.
さて、問題だ。魔界探偵との話し合いで、君が目覚めた能力、エンドシーイングはどんな力だと結論付けた？
God damn it. My finger slipped and I turned the volume up. Made me fucking jump. She's referring to what happened before I fell asleep. I like my brain trying to recollect my conversation missed. It starts coming back to me in bits and pieces. Oh, well, strictly speaking, the denouement isn't a power that predicts the future, but one that allows you to perceive everything. Mystic believes it stems from visual feedback.
ああ、ビンゴだよ。人間の脳は本来、実際、今回のメンバーの中にも、見たものを完全に記憶すること。
And have flawless recollection of everything she's ever seen. She of course a bookworm was suffering. I realized why she was so glum about using her ability while we set the cameras. Let's think back on how high my spirits went in. Being unable to forget a single thing must be far more taxing than I can imagine.
さて、本題へと入ろう。見たものすべてを記憶できるなら、視覚を最大限に研ぎ。では、単純な映像の情報だけでなく、君も体験した通り、未来がわかるんだよ。それこそ。
By knowing everything, you can predict the future. I've heard something like that before. Isn't that called Laplace?
よく学んでいるな。理屈は同じだよ。
Well done. Yes, this is the same
結果には必ず因果がある。ゆえに。
じゃあ、目
So
に
if I
映る
can
ものを
pay close
注意
enough
深く見てい
attention
け
to
ば。
everything that passes my field of vision.
ああ、自然と未来が見える。魔界探偵と君の話を聞いているうちに、私の中でも結論が出て、いわば君は全てを認め。
My body shivers at her words. Her explanation drives home how amazing this plan really is. However, it also raises a question. You kept telling me the principles behind the denouement didn't matter. Why suddenly explain it to me now?
嫌だったんだよ。
Couldn't take it. Huh? Holmes' cheeks flush, a tinge of embarrassment in her voice.
君に頼りないって思われたくなかったんだ。
Item, what do you
これ
think
から
of
は魔界探偵よりも私を頼る。私は探偵同盟の序列。
I must be dreaming. Well, I mean, I am dreaming. But it's all just a bit too convenient. Would the real Holmes actually speak this brashly? Taken aback by her out-of-the-blue response, unable to formulate a reply. My face feels hot like burning lava. He's better, even worse than Holmes right now. Screaming though, he's so mortifying that my skin is about to erupt. We stare at each other in total silence, our faces glowing rosily. Holmes! I have a question. I speak out, unable to handle any more of this. Let's try, so I haven't confirmed whether she really is psychic or not. Don't ask now, I may never have another chance. Don't lose contact without ever bringing it up.
Holmes,
10 years ago, we really... Huh? This morning, I leap up, right? Awakened by a sudden angry voice. Apparently I fell asleep on the sofa. I was passed out while conversing with Mystic, upon which he covered me with a blanket. Sorry, Mystic. It pains me the way I was nothing but a burden yesterday. Don't want people to babysit me. I need to shape up and be a real detective. And there's that dream I just had. Didn't get to ask her after all. I thumped my chest lightly, determined to work up enough courage to ask next time. Enough about my denouement and visual feedback or whatever. Need to stop acting like such a coward and be brave when it matters most. This is no time to be down on myself. Angry voices clamoring on my periphery as I space out. Sounds like things are getting heated. Need to see what's going on fast. Okay, I'm right behind you. Downtown dashes to the entrance hall, pulling me along by the hand.
俺たちならあの黒いのをやれるっつってんだよ。
時は一刻を争うのだ。我らを信じて。
落ち着きだよ二人とも。今はとにかく冷静に。
Calm down, you two. Let's try to keep our heads on shoulders.
仲間がやられるかもしれねえんだぞ。
Armor and Rowdy crowd around Workaholic in front of the door. Their menacing posture makes them look ready to pounce. What's all the commotion about? The words Rowdy blurred stick out to me in particular. What's all this about us getting wasted? So incompetent.
無能の兄さん。
Rowdy approaches me while holding one of the flower vases on display all over the
こ
manor.
の花瓶に見覚えがあるだろ。
And there's one in every room, right? It doesn't seem like that's strange. What's up?
どうかしたってレベルじゃねえよ。
なんとこの花瓶には中に猛毒が仕込まれていたの。
Huh? So you mean if we stayed here?
全員死んでしまうところでした。
科学君、君が気づいてくれたの？
今朝の調査中に偶然ペロペロ君が反応してくれたんです。調べた結果、
まさか。
So the culprit trapped us all in the manor so they could off us with poisonous gas?
可能性は考えられるね。もちろん犯人。
どうしてわ
But why go through all that trouble? They killed 22 people at the same time in the research facility. The culprit could just as easily do the same with us if they wanted to. Shut up. Maybe they're just looking to make us panic rather than wipe us out.
社畜さんと今後の対策を練ろう
I
と
was discussing the next
食堂
move
で
with
話していたの
Workaholic
で
in
す
the
が
dining room, but it needs to overheard us.
安心しろ。俺が必ずあの黒いのをぶっ壊してやる。
壊すって。
When you're done,
みんなで
I
一緒
forgot
に
how it
戦っ
took
て
all
も
our efforts
時間
just to
稼ぎ
buy
が精一杯だったの
us
も
some
忘れた
time.
の？無謀
We've
す
been
ぎる
way
よ。
too
あ
late.
の時とは違うぜ。俺はこの2日間で
右に同じである。科学殿にメンテナンスもしてもらっ憎き漆黒のからくり兵器に怒りの。
落ち着こう二人とも。
You two need to relax.
この
I
2日
understand
間
that you're
何も
unhappy
進
about
展が
lack
な
of
くていい
progress these
でも
past
今
few
ここで
days.
早まれば台無しだ
Haste
よ。
makes waste, as they say.
追い込まれた時こそ
More important to
冷
keep
静な
calm
判
when
断
you're
が
back
重要
to
社畜さんの言う通りだよ。
Workaholic's right. Holmes gave her life to protect
自
us.
らを犠牲にし
If
て
you only put yourselves back in danger after all that. Riley flinches, but her expression turns spirited once again as she sinks to her knees, touching her head to
頼
the
む。
floor.
俺を信じてくれ。推理では役に立つ。
我々はこの武力を使って。
Armor follows Riley's lead, falling to his knees and bowing before, beseeching us in a piteous tone.
ヤマト殿も我も自分の武力を信じながらも。
ヤマトさん。
Rowdy,
So.
Armor. I get where the two are coming from. Their areas of expertise don't contribute much to our search for the hidden passage. They were already frustrated, and now there's those poisoned vases that could have killed us, killed their fellow detectives. No wonder they're so wound up. Totally useless too, so now they feel. Because I'm the only one in their shoes, it's up to me to dissuade them. How can I talk
こ
now?
んな時こそエンドシーイングの出番なんじゃないか。
Perhaps this would be a good time to use your dynamo.
命
I whisper out as Holmes appears beside me. He then begins to explain how to face
夢
him
の
from
中
miles.
で解説した通り、エンドシ確認したい悲劇があるなら、武装君とヤマト君が例の黒いメカに挑めば。
二人の死を予知
You
しろ
mean
って言
predict
うんで
their
すか？
deaths? I respond on instinct, taken aback by how blithely she made her grim suggestion. Obviously, I'm hesitant to proceed with advice of my friends.
みんな二人がこのままでは返り討ちにあって死ぬことを指している。たとえ未来が分かっていても運命を変えられなければ意味がない。このままでは本当に二人が殺されてしまうぞ。
やるしか
I just gotta do
ない
it.
のか。
I just gotta do it! Obviously, I would never want to picture my friends dying. Right now, it's the only way to stop these two reckless detectives. The Denimon grants me the power to see all. I focus my vision, scrutinizing the two people whose futures I need to glean.
無能殿
So incompetent?
俺たちをまじまじと見つめやがってどうした
What's
ん
the
だ
big
よ。
idea why you know us like
い
that?
や、その、
Oh,
実は
well, I'm trying to use a simulation technique.
ホーム
Holmes
ズさ
told
ん
me
に
to
教
see
わっ
if
た
you two can
チ
understand.
ョコレート？てめえいきなりお菓子でも作る気？
いやシミュレートね。つまり
正解だよ、渋谷さん。
Exactly,
まだ全
downtown.
然使いこなせ
I'm
ないけ
still
ど。
getting used to the
少し
process,
は
but I'm still
ほら
getting better, right?
昨日ワナ部屋
Saved
で
Dolphin
飛
in
躍
that
を
trap
助け
room
られた
yesterday,
でしょ。
remember? Now it's thanks to all my simulation.
ああマジのやつじゃん。無能先輩が先に動けて
But
な
that's
か
not
ったら
exactly wrong.
飛脚ちゃん串刺しだったも
And
んね。
it's a lot more believable.
マジかよ。
Riley reluctantly backs down after Downtown's anecdote. Thank goodness I made that lie up on the fly, but thanks to her, all worked out. Okay, I'm gonna step close to stopping Riley and Arm from getting themselves killed. I refocus my vision on the two of them. In order to see what happens in the future, I need to observe them intently in the courses that will lead to the outcome. Can these two even bow that thing on equal ground? First glance, they appear to be. Just as I contemplate this, a switch flips inside my head with an audible click. Then, the manner unfolds in my field of view. In a split second, my vision is soaked in blood. Ugh. My head burns in pain to the point where I can no longer stand. I totter before involuntarily sinking to my knees, and then... the door reverts back to the entrance hall. So incompetent! What ails you? Stimulating? Yeah, I saw the worst possible outcome. I press my hand to my forehead, which feels as hot as a tea kettle, and stand up, ready to tell them the facts of the matter. Rowdy, you definitely. The simulation showed me that if you try now, you'll get overwhelmed in no time. Both of you listen to me. Rowdy grabs me, but I push her back and continue speaking. Even a rock slide can damage that thing, remember? There's no way you'll be able to bring it down in hand-to-hand combat. Your body is still compensating for that spot where you got hit now, isn't it? Armin recoils, completely caught off guard by my remark. Sorry for not noticing until now, but you're still hurting, aren't you, Armin? You try to buy time, you'll end up taking a lot more hits than you did before. Do you really think you'll be fine after that? Besides, in my vision of the future, he was dead and drenched in blood, despite being covered up from head to toe. You can still feel each impact through the armor. And if the suit doesn't break, the person inside might not be so lucky. From the very beginning, you were fully prepared to walk out that door and die. Am I wrong, Armor? After a long silence, Armor speaks up in a halting voice. Well, I know you would object. Hence why I resolved not to apprise you.
それはあなたが言えた言葉じゃないです。
I turn to see Gomez looking unusually upset. Downtown stands next to her, sticking her tongue out with a cheeky grin. She must have gone and called Gomez over. That girl really is a clever one.
ヤマトちゃんだって命がけで戦おうとしている。いや、そりゃあんた俺のでもそれ以上に死ぬ可能性もあった。
怒られてやんの。やーい。
うるせえな。余計な。
それはこっちのセリフだっつーの。役立いい？うちらは探偵同盟。うちら全員つーか役立たずだって言うならうちも同じだわ。一人じゃ何もでき。それとそこのバカ野郎である？怪我したならちゃんと怪我したって言えよ。
心配を。
はあ？心配。肝心な時に足を引っ張られるからヤマトちゃんもバカ鎧もバカなこと。はい。
Rowdy and Armin reply in unison, brought to shame by Downtown's tirade. Downtown just might be the scariest of us all when she gets rubbed the wrong way. Looks that way. Workaholic and I exchange sheepish grins.
それにしても先ほどのシミュレートはすごかったです。
ああ、私も武装君が負傷を隠していたことも見事に見抜いてみせたけど。
いや、そんな
it really wasn't a
大
big
した
deal.
ことじゃ。
My reply comes out awkwardly, but I still fake out into a grin despite myself. I've been praised like this before, but what makes me even more happy is that this is the first time I've willingly used my Denmon. I think I've gotten the hang of activating on command now. Like Holmes said in my dream, my vision is the key. I can see the future by focusing on the necessary information all around me. I know something else too.
ちょっと着替えたいので自室
I
に
need to
戻りますね。
change, that'll be my room. The moment I say this, I begin walking toward my sleeping quarters. I pass through the hall, and as soon as the contents of my stomach come spilling out. This is awful. My entire body is trembling. Just opening my eyes is enough to make me queasy. It's a disgusting feeling like someone's...
言い忘れていたが、エンドシーイングは尋常じゃないほど脳に。
I can't take the pain in my skulls as I collapse straight into bed. My eyes snap open to the sound of knocking. Nearly groaning from the lingering pain in my head, I stand up and walk to the door. Upon opening the door, I see Armor standing before me.
So
incompetent, are you well? Yeah. Sorry to make you worry. I was up late talking to mystics, so I'm still a bit sleepy. I'm fine. Though he often acts without thinking, it's always for the sake of others. I can't find it myself falling for that.
いや、こちらの話である。
監視カメラをまたどうし？
いや、本音を言うと、我は
なんだ。それくらいなら寂しまいだよ。まあ、もうでもその前に。
It's okay if I take a shower on the second floor first. Kinda gross after sweating my sleep.
了解である。では今朝、魔界殿が
昨日も作ってくれたやつだね。本当に美味しかったし楽しみだよ。
Step out of a change of clothes, leaving Armor at the entrance hall as I head to the second floor. I enter the shower still half asleep, but the one more wakes me up. As I wash myself, the pain in my head dissipates in the heat. Since I reacted this strongly to using my Denimon just once, I'm going to want to be extra careful about when and where I pull it out. I just go around predicting things left and right until I'm out of commission for half a day. I'll just save when it's needed. I'm not even here anymore. Freshly changed, I exited the bathroom, only to run face first in the downtown. This just startled her quite a bit, the way she jerks back away from me. I'm feeling a little bad.
こっちこそごめん。監視カメラにずっと寝込んでる姿が映ってたから心配だ。
ありがとう。今からリビングで武装さんとご飯を食べるんだけど、一緒にどうかな。
ああ、お誘いは。
何か用事でもあるの？
このニブチン。
After a moment, I realize this room doesn't have just a shower, but a toilet too. So if I'm in her way, that means... Oh! Sorry. I'll be on my way. I bat an apology over and over before leaving downtown to presumably take care of business.
武装さん?
Armor? I chance upon Armor at the entrance hall. I thought he was bringing our lunch to the living room. Did something happen?
ここで待っててくれたの?
You didn't have to wait for me, no? I still meet you in the living room.
無能殿、実は大変なこと？とにかく我と一緒に食堂へ来てくれ。きっと探偵同盟史上最悪の展開なのだ。
これって
What the?
そう、ブリティッシュサンドが奪われた。い
や、ブリティッシュサンドだけじゃないでしょ。
The fridge has been completely ransacked, leaving all of the food in total disarray. At first glance, it seems like nothing edible is left. Did the culprit only just now decide to starve us? Trying to unravel their thought process here has left me back.
無能殿、我はどうすればよいのだ。他のた。
どうして僕が？
My voice jumps against my wishes. I rank far lower than Armor and have no experience as a detective. Plus, zero confidence as leader. I'm glad you trust me, but I don't know the first thing about giving directions. Armor gives me a pleading look. There's no way I can say no to that. What do I do? Holmes materializes next to Armor, looking very much like she's enjoying herself. You may be right, but I can't know what I don't know. What answer could I give to reassure him?
別に分からなくてもいいんだよ。幸い君たち以外にも探偵は大勢いる。
I may not be deserving of this trust, but there are plenty of others who are.
武装さん、まずは監視カメラの映像。
なるほど。では早速。
ちょっと。
Wait a sec. Armor takes me by a hand, dragging me from the dining room to the living room. However, despite what he is saying,
食堂には監視カメラがついていなく、
食堂は広くて目立つ
the
し、
dining room is so
誰か
spacious
が危害を加えられる可能性は少ないと思われてたんだ。
Should have known they would target footage. We don't have enough cameras to go around, so we prioritized our private rooms and other locations where murder was likely to occur. We also made a mistake in not considering that the culprit might go after the fridge. Why now of all times? I can't figure it out. What are they trying to achieve?
無能殿、これからどうする？
いや、それもいいけど。
That's a good idea, but why don't we share this with everyone else first? We need to warn everyone about what the culprit's doing.
僕たちじゃ気づけ
To
ない。
mention he might notice something we
気づい
glossed
てもらえ
over.
るかもしれない。
As I make my response, I recall what Holmes told me. You don't need to rush and go it alone. We should remain calm and start with what we can do.
僕は監視カメラの映像で
I'll check the
館
rest
の
of
中
the
を
manor
確認し
on
てみ
the
るから。
security cameras.
武装
Can
さ
you
んは
let the
みんなへ
others
の
know
報
what
告を
happened?
了解である。
Armor follows my directions, taking out his deep.
そうそう、それでいい。
Holmes smiles next to him. He's clearly having a good time. Like nothing more than to snap back at her, but I can't as long as Armor is there. Then allow a heavy sigh and touch the tablet to check the camera
ま
footage.
ずは今の洋館の
First,
状
let's see
況を
what's
見て
going
お
on
くべ
right
き
now
だ。
inside the manor. Maybe we'll notice something suspicious and use the tablet to check each camera. Yesterday we worked in 2 groups. Today, however, the detectives are all scattered among various rooms.
今日はみんなバラバラに行動。
ああ。なんだか今日は迷惑をかけっぱなしで。
気にしすぎだって。
Don't worry about it too much.
ああ、そう
Look,
はいつ
Mr.
も
Composh are working
中
together.
井さんと家族さん。
Mystic is touching the floor in contemplation. Meanwhile, Posh sticks some sort of measuring instrument into a flower.
他の探偵たちは何をしているので？
What of the other detectives? Oh, fair of day.
社畜さんと文学さんは
Workaholic and
書斎の方
bookworm
を
are
片っ
pouring
端から
through
取り出して
every
確
book in the
認して
study,
いるみたいだ
while
ね。
Gourmet and Rowdy are in the rec room by the second
2階の
floor
リビン
living
グ。
room.
ヒゲフ君は一人で2階の客
Dolphin's
室を調べて
searching
る
in
み
the
たいだ
second
ね。
floor guest rooms alone.
同探偵と
Don't spot Renegade or Techie. They must be in the hallway.
無能先輩とバカお疲れっす。
渋谷さん、
Downtown. Just when I realize downtown is walking over, she wraps her arms around me and a hug and pinches my
さ
cheek.
っきはびっくりして言いそびれたけどさ、今朝の
渋谷さん。
Downtown. Could you give me a little space? My heart thumps at how close her face is to mine. A whiff of soap tickles my nose, causing me to blush. She really is such a touchy-feely person.
いいからいいから。バカを止めてくれた報酬だと思って今日中。
渋谷殿
Yeah,
の
Lady
言う通
Downtown
りであ
speaking
る。
true. If anything, so
No, no, no.
incompetent, you contribute
Oh,
far more than you ought to.
ほら、迷惑をかけた張本人がこうい
そうかな。
You say so.
そ
Glad
れ
to
な
hear
ら
it. These are the first 2 people I met on the morgue, so it really does make me happy to have them say this. Our initial encounter, the way they suspected me, all feels so long ago at this point.
なんだかんだうちらこの島にいる間ずっと一緒に。
そうだな。奇妙な出会い方を。
こんな大変な状況で
It's a
仲
little
良くな
strange,
れる
isn't
なん
it?
て
The way we've managed to
不思議だ
bond
よね。
despite these dire circumstances. So much happened since I arrived. I just hope we've seen less of it. The only thing I wish is for all 12 of us to get off this island safely. To answer my wish, my D-pad chirps.
中井さんからの連絡だ。
Mystic's contacting
伝え
us.
たいことがあるからリフそういえばさっきは
それは朗報だ。魔界殿が来るのを。魔界殿。
確かにさっきから全然動く。
僕、ちょっと上に行ってみるよ。な、
いやリビングに来いって言われてるんだし。
そうだね。
皆さんも魔界さん。
いや、僕らは初めから監視カメラ。
魔界さんの発見に期待しましょう。彼はずっと罠部屋の調査を。
そうだよね。
無能先輩
Mystic detective sinks to his knees before sliding out of view. It looks like he lost consciousness after being attacked. What? Did someone have Mystic?
それがわかんないんだよ。
渋谷殿の言う通りなのだ。何言う。
そんなバカなこと。
Just then, something even more difficult to believe occurs on screen. The door on the western side. But we blocked that door. Couldn't have been closed, unless the doorstop was removed. Camera feed, however, tells us nothing. My head starts to spin. I don't understand what's going on. Just what have we been made to watch? Oh no, the trap is going to be triggered. We need to say Mystic. No sooner do the words leave my mouth than everyone else leaps into action.
僕は足が遅いから、ここで監視カメラの了解。気をつけてね。
As I head takes it, the room might run into workaholic and
どうしたんだい？また揉め事でもあったの？
What's going on? Nothing of a fight, I hope. Mystic's in danger. We're on our way to save him.
お父さんが。
事情は後で聞こう。私は。はい。
We leave workaholic and the others behind and spring across the living room toward the trap. Great, there's nothing from the outside either. We're at the door to the trap room, but it refuses to budge. The doorknob turns uselessly in my hand.
もう壊しちゃおうよ。もたも今度こそ。
我々の出番なのである。
Well, he spins up and lands a kick with all of his swing for his... The door doesn't yield at first, but the two repeat their assault again and again.
魔界殿！
すごいじゃん。これ。
Downtown now, a small yelp as she bows into the trap room. Can't be. Got a bad feeling as I peer inside. There's no way Mystic is dead. His calm, accurate judgment saved us all yesterday in this very same room. If someone got a jump on him, I don't believe he could die so easily. The stench of blood washes away last faint traces of hope. The spikes thrusting through the floor have turned the room into a labyrinth. Gradually they retract down like an ebon tide. The screech of metal retracts and the floor subsides. Something heavy falls upon the ground. I look toward the sound and go silent. Mystic lies in a lake of red. His face pallid like a wax model. No sign of life. His one exposed eye stares wide from beneath his bangs. Impaled on spikes just moments ago. His corpse is soaked in a shower of blood. Puncture wounds mark his feet for his outstretched arms. Mystic? I let the words slip out and show what to expect. Of course there's no reply. Beyond Mystic's extended hands is the table. Sole place of refuge in the spike-laden hell. I tried desperately to get to safety, but never made it. No one could have survived a direct hit from those spikes. The outcome is obvious. What? 完
全に密室だったよね。お前らは監視カメラをずっと見てたんだろ。
いなかったのである。
That was not so to be seen. So Mystic's distress was sudden and the door sealed all us in the room.
じゃあ何か姿の見えねえ透明人間。
Rowdy's grief echoes off the walls of the room. A different man. Mystic would have loved a phrase like that. The irony is too much to bear. Case rated one thing question. He's watching the security, and yet the culprit managed to kill Mystic without getting caught doing it. Could Rowdy be right? Was the killer really invisible? How can we possibly approach the seemingly supernatural case? Why couldn't I protect it? Why didn't my denim arm show me this tragic outcome that awaits us? I struggle not to rebuke myself. I'm supposed to be able to see the future, but I couldn't even stop my friend from dying? What is this really even good for? Calm yourself, Watto. There's no sense in blaming the Denomon for. Holmes materializes at my side, scolding me for resenting my new power.
エンドシーイングが発動しなかったのなら、それは一度訪れた悲劇は変えられない。
そんなの分かってます。
No, but I'm supposed to investigate cases complex.
魔界探偵の言葉を思い出す。
落ち着け。
その通りだよ。どんなに深くこの混乱した状況。
やってみます。 みんな落ち着こう。
Everyone, calm down. Even if the killer is one we can't see, their actions and crimes must follow certain set of rules. If we manage to figure those rules out, we can catch the culprit, invisible or not. Incompetent? Everyone turns to look at me, but I make my way to Mystic's body without faltering. I know how righteous a man he was. It's almost as if the crime is mocking his belief in the occult, not to mention our attempts to monitor things. Never felt anything close to the ire that's boiling up in the pit of my stomach over this despicable act. Mystic taught me how to engage with the occult, so it's on me to solve this case. I have to. Standing before his corpse, I voice my promise. Watch over us, Mystic. I swear that would bring this phantom curse to justice. Chapter 2, The Case of the Phantom Killer. After announcing Mystic's death to the others via D-pad, we began an investigation.
でも、魔界さんはこの罠の対処方法を知って監視カメラの映像。
これは明らかに何らかの毒物を受けた症状。
神経毒なんていつ？
それはわからないよ。なんけどさ。
Enough for the tasteless jokes at the gate.
これだけ出血と傷が多いと犯人はおそらく
随分と楽しそうだね。
おいおい勘弁してくれよ。
殺されたのが仲間で
あんたの価値観を。
もう男の子。
I was out of time for finding you two.
さあ早く検視の結果を。
そうだね。
私はやっていませんわ。上流階級である私を疑うだなんて身の程知らずにも程がありますわ。いやだから別に疑ってるわけじゃないってですから特に理由などないと申し上げているでしょ。
な俺たちは頭の悪い俺にだって
ヤマトちゃんの言う通りだって。うちはちゃんと事情を話して。
我らはお主を助けたいだけ。
結構ですわ。
家族さん
ごめんみんな。
しゃあねえよ。
きっと譲れない何かか。
しばらく放っておいてやれ。なんせ自分がもう少しあの部屋にいたなら協力できる者もいれば。
そうだ魔界さん。
文学ちゃんなら死体が見つかった報告を受けてすぐに気絶しちゃったか。さすがに。
ありがとう渋谷。記憶力の優れた文学さんに。
Pokemon lost her parents in a murder case. Have her family taken away from her twice? Can't begin to imagine her sorrow.
渋谷さん、僕に力。
鳥間他のみんなと一緒にリビング。